All right, and welcome back to Off the Beaten Quest. There's plenty of D&D podcasts out there, but you chose this one, and you made the right choice. All right, we are going to jump right back into the thick of it. We are in session 67, entitled Piquing Interests. The group had a kind of wonderful jaunt around the town of Beville, and they kind of learned a few things along the way, and ended off with Eliana's magic being hindered for the moment. Lukiel bought an item for Jax, and Ira and Dawn ventured around the village as well, because I can't remember it at this moment in time, but we'll get there. So, without further ado, we are going to jump right into the session, starting with everybody reconvening at the library. So, you all make your way from different parts of the village of Beville and head off to meet at the library. The town, it's probably about midday now, as you guys have kind of gone through the morning of different things. But yeah, you all reconvene outside the library. And without further ado, how do you proceed?
Hey guys, we investigated the murder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what happened. Ira investigated the murder.
Probably
and
the most important
met
part.
the crow
Dawn
guy.
did her best to investigate.
Yeah, Dawn was useful. She's intimidating.
Went to the cook.
Dawn flirted with the cook. It's fine.
Stop, you're going to make Dawn blush.
She's already pink.
She blushes purple.
Yes, we investigated the murder.
Not much to say about it.
Oh, okay. Who was it?
The navigator.
Oh.
No.
You weren't there, Dawn.
No, I thought she meant who was it? And I was like, I just said there wasn't much to say about it. We don't know who it was.
They were really nice.
Yeah, he was cool.
I liked him.
They showed me how to use the stars to navigate the ship.
If I knew him better, I'd kill the person that killed him.
Yeah.
There was like no evidence.
Nobody was awake. It didn't seem like anything
Bless
had really been shifted or moved in his cabin.
Seasonal pollen, gosh.
Yeah, no. Nothing, honestly, not a lot to report, almost at all. Do you feel like you want to continue to try and find the murderer?
I feel like that's a very good thing to do. I don't think we should just let this go.
Well, it is in the hands of the local government and law enforcement.
Oh.
Honestly, I just kind of wrongfully used my adventure and sway to be nosy and see what was going on.
Word.
So I can't really do much about it unless a similar murder like pops up on in a different area. And if it happens while we are there,
Then there you go.
it will be strange. But
So you broke
so it
the
shouldn't
law.
happen again.
No, she didn't break the law. She just,
No. I just was
danced
like,
around it.
Let me. She holds out her adventure necklace. She's like, just let me check it out, bro.
It's not like Ira shouldn't be allowed to look at these things. She's quite wise and
Yeah.
detective-y.
I just thought she
Am
was
I?
like
Okay.
super upholding of like the law.
Exactly. And the law has been broken. So why
And
shouldn't
I need
Ira?
to be aware
just-
of what's going on.
And I like to murder. So
You didn't murder him, did you?
nope. And I didn't get a chance to since we didn't
It
know.
was too quickly done and too cleanly done to have been done.
Guys, I don't
His
have
head
my
was still
magic
attached.
right now.
Thank you.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What? What'd you say?
That's a higher priority. What?
So I tried to help her mother, and it kind of backfired.
In what way?
Tried to dispel some magic on whatever was running through her mother's veins, and it dispelled my magic, and I don't know when it's coming back.
She
You
was
said who?
my mother.
Which we knew that.
Did you say we didn't find out who was running through her mother's veins?
Just some sort of weird magic.
Is your magic okay?
Why, DM? Why are you looking like that?
It was just the way she said that. She's like, do we know who's running through her veins?
That's what she said. Did she not say that? Did she not say that?
She did not.
Oh.
We don't
Been
know
a long
what's
day.
running through her veins.
I thought she said we don't know who's running, and I was like, what?
It's very within character. It's why it was kind of funny.
Thank you. I'm glad that I'm in character.
You know, and at
So
one point you were blind too. It was, and then you like let go. And
You were blind?
what?
Yeah, I tried to use this spell, Lesser Restoration, to try and cure anything that might be going on with her, and it kind of backfired. One of its things it can do is cure blindness, which she wasn't blind, but I thought like anything it could like get rid of. And then it made me blind
Dawn,
until I
like-
let go of his hand.
Grabs your face and like squishes it close. And I'm like, can you see me now? Are you?
Yeah.
Blink twice if you can see me. Oh, thank God. So you're not blind now?
No.
Oh my God.
I let go of her hand and of Verity's mom's hand, and my vision came back, but my magic did not come back. And I feel very disconnected right now.
I would think so.
So you can't do.
You can't do who you are.
I'm gonna try and druidcraft a little flower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
I'm just holding my hand out.
Does
You
it like
hear like a
poof?
breeze, like a.
Lukiel chimes in. He goes, "Oh, that is serious."
Lukiel met his god.
There's nothing.
what?
You what?
Oh, we don't have to talk
We
about
were
all
gone
that.
for an
we
hour.
don't have to talk about all that.
You have a god?
I guess.
When did that happen?
Why does everybody have gods? But
I don't know. It's
We have a dragon.
honestly, it's a lot to unpack. So I mean, we don't have to get into all that right now. But
And Ira just like turns
it.
and like crosses her arms, just kind of like
Getting
settling
prepared.
in. No, just like settling in.
yeah. Do you have any blueberry muffins on hand? I feel like this is gonna be long.
pulls one
Thank you.
Well, I mean,
Grab takes it.
he
Starts
said
munching
whatever
it.
he saw was important enough that he couldn't even tell me in the moment. He needed to wait until we were with everyone to say it.
We are with everyone now.
Yeah.
Starts eating blueberry muffin.
now that everyone's looking at me, my nerves are kind of shot. Gosh,
Do you want us to not look at you? You can tell us and we can like look away.
Ira
It's
like
from
turns
you.
her
still-
back.
it's still not because I know that.
Hannah
it's-
closes her eyes. Blueberry muffin.
Are you still trying to process it?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how long. I'm not really sure if I'm ever gonna fully process it. To be real,
Well, we can always circle back
yeah,
to
it's just
it.
it's very fresh. But you know, I feel like you guys are family enough to be vulnerable with
Whoa.
and to explain kind
That's
of
a-
what.
Big word.
Eliana looks back at you.
Family.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How do you feel about that, Eliana?
It's crazy. We've only known each other for so long, but you guys are nice.
Hopefully a good crazy.
That's what happens when you
Yeah.
murder people together. You stay together.
Well, you know.
Jax and I call that trauma bonding.
Yes.
That's another way to put it.
So
Quite-
God, is it Nylea? That would be awkward.
Would you like to roll for history to
I
have
just
me?
I just did and I fucked it up. But should I re-roll it since you had just suggested to roll for history?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
He really wants to tell you.
Y'all do like to pre-roll here.
Stop spinning your dice. Just roll.
Is it worse?
It's the same.
It could be
No,
because you
it's worse.
spun it.
spun
Do you want to
it.
roll it normally?
Yes. Sorry, guys. It's very canon for me, above table Noah, to spin my D20. I don't know if anyone else ever does that, but I do. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But we're just going to roll it normal.
We're gonna roll with it.
Oh, that was a lot better when I just normally rolled it. It was
Imagine that.
All right, all right. For history.
Say dirty 19.
Okay.
What?
With a 19, Lukiel recants.
Because sometimes they'll say like natural 19.
Yeah,
But-
Lukiel will he recants the vision he had meeting with his god Morpheum, the god of dreams. He goes into talking about how he saw his lineage, the connecting kind of threads, the notion of the kind of like blue explosion, talking about the downfall of the Marian Empire. That's what kind of alluded to, and that there was a coming apocalypse that he needed to prevent.
Yeah.
Also featured a blue kind of explosion in the forward versus the backward.
So basically when I met with my god, Morpheus was her name.
Fium.
Morpheus. Sorry, not Morpheus. Morpheum. And yeah, I basically, to a certain degree, kind of saw like my life flash before my eyes, from past relatives and lineage, and from this sort of blue explosion type thing. And I didn't really know what to make of it, but it's also like I was also told that I have to prevent some sort of explosion of something again that's also sort of like a blue explosion. Well, after I kind of thought about it, I connected the dots, and obviously Marian hearts kind of glow blue and kind of have that effect. So I don't want to cut to too many conclusions or jump to the wrong one, but I have a pretty good feeling that it could be in relation to those, and I don't really know what it means to try and stop it, because it's not really, I don't know, they don't really tell you how to prepare for stuff like this, you don't really know, so you don't really know what the steps in preparation are, because if you don't know what it is, then how do you prepare for something you don't know what it is?
Belief, faith.
Yeah.
It's hard though.
Above table, did we establish when the Lich came to Eliana's village, he didn't have the Marian heart? He was looking for the Marian heart?
We've never talked about that.
We've never talked about that?
Nope.
Okay. Did we want to establish whether he had the heart or
Spoilers,
not?
everyone.
Bum, 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 bum.
I mean,
It's in the recap, maybe.
it is not.
Whoops.
I was gonna say you got to get
Everyone
to that when you
everyone
got to
close their
I was gonna
ears.
say, jeez. Roll for history.
Okay. It's like, I'm just trying to
Guess
figure
we're
out
gonna
whether...
get into it now, folks.
I was
Yeah.
just trying to figure out whether Eliana had seen an actual active Marian heart before.
Well, and amidst that,
Besides the cavern with thousands of them.
Luke Heel's gonna say I don't really know if anyone
You weren't
has
there
any
for that.
clues as to what could help to gain better insight of what I saw. Like if anyone else has pointers to kind of.
What's that history check?
17.
17. You remember him holding a broken mechanism that
Okay,
was
so it was
sort
not
of glowing
active.
blue.
Okay.
I was gonna say, let me finish. Yeah.
I actually don't even.
It was active.
Okay.
I don't think Dawn knows what we're talking about.
She would not know.
No.
Nope,
Oh, yeah.
You weren't
You-
there for any of it.
You would have heard us talking about it in a couple conversations, but you haven't
Or
asked.
I don't even know if I was there for.
You weren't.
Nope.
It probably was too early on for me to give
Mm-hmm.
a shit to ask.
100%.
Well, no, and you were. Dawn was already on the ship on the way to Bountifolia
Yeah, when you guys were at.
when we did all
So
that.
I wouldn't have literally. And we
Nope.
never even caught up. I saw you guys and then just didn't care. And then I think I was kidnapped right after.
Yep.
Were you there for the burned man?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Jumping back in.
Yeah, right?
I mean, if you're talking about the blue stuff, when the Lich came to my village and messed everything up, hurt a lot of people, he did have this. It didn't look like the things on the wall. It didn't look fully powered. It looked kind of broken.
And this is a question for the group. Did Eliana explain the connection with the Lich when you fought the Lich in Corson?
Don't know if she did.
Did she say that was the same Lich that
I think
you guys
we
were fighting?
assumed.
We assumed because of her emotional reaction to it. There was a really visceral
But there was
reaction
never
from
ever a
Elia.
verbal, hey, this is...
Yeah.
So I would assume you are all very generally surprised by this new information. At least a little. Maybe not Ira.
But yeah, if he did that much destruction to my village with a kind of semi-broken one compared to what we saw in that big dragon room, they are very powerful and can cause a lot of damage.
Has Lukiel ever been like told or expressed that like what we had kind of seen was like considered to be like, you know, defined as a Ammarian heart? Like, was that like explicitly told, or would that just be like something like we saw it but we don't know what it's called?
I don't... It's a good question.
This is
I
a
think-
good game of trying to figure out what our memories our players have and what we don't.
I'm trying to remember the session that Akira brought you guys into the facility.
Akira, yes. Afterwards, Akira did bring the party up to speed
On what all that
on what we
was.
saw,
Okay.
what it is, its
Okay.
power,
Yeah.
why it's relevant.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. And yeah, I think that's
So there would sort of be like a mental like through line connection to be like, oh, that
Of what
was definitely
Ammarian
could be
hearts
like
are.
what that was. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Woo!
We are back.
Glad we all got
Okay.
here.
So about that library.
Oh.
Not yet, because Dawn's going to speak up. Layman's terms.
Yes.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
So there is a piece of technology from my family's original homeland, continent of Mar, called Marian Hearts. A long time ago, before me, when my parents were young, the emperor
Yes.
was a bit a few screws loose.
Eventually.
Yeah. And essentially, when activated, they can act as a power source. They can also activate like a bomb and cause a lot of destruction, which is why the continent of Mar has no like anything there anymore. It's just like dirt and wind.
They're a mechanism that siphons magic. And that's Jax, because he remembers what Akira said.
And Jax was there when she
Yeah.
was reading the book, right?
Yeah, he was there. Essentially, and so, yeah, so this is when he will chime in and also say that I was present for when Ira's dad told her about their history. And essentially, the Emperor had a lot of these mechanisms and was trying to siphon an entire ley line's worth of magic, if not from however connection to the weave, and through doing so caused an entire like magical implosion vacuum that
Backfired. Yeah.
siphoned all of magic from Mar and affected magic in the realm for quite a while.
Suppose that's what you get for messing with the natural order of magic. A very powerful source.
Yeah. And so my parents led a group of people out of Mar to what is now Port of Mar.
Because her grandmother helped start the rebellion of the Empire of Mar.
Whoa.
And
Nice.
Yeah.
she also helped establish the Adventurants
Wait, what?
with the first Adventurant, and
And
or
Ira
well,
like
helped
puts her
him
hand
escape.
under her chin and smiles with her eyes closed.
That is so sick.
Talk about a legacy hire.
I was about to say.
Wow,
just
dear.
Nepo baby.
Wow.
Damn.
A worthy Nepo baby, but a Nepo baby nonetheless.
Yeah.
I forgot what Nepo baby meant. So
Nepotism.
It's somebody who gets famous because their parents were famous, or like
Yeah.
Gets into
wealthy
positions
because
of
it,
power
yeah.
because, of
Because
their parents.
yeah. So like because
relatives.
Ira's grandmother had founded the Adventurants.
Oh,
She
gotcha.
was, Nepo
no,
baby.
she helped the first Adventurant found the Adventurants by helping him escape the explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So these hearts are still like
Oh,
and
yeah.
about?
So there's this place called the Centurion Spire, where there are a few of these, and they're just huge towers just lined with them. And we might have broken into one of them, and there might be
We
a
definitely broke into them.
mechanized dragon.
And there definitely is.
That's protecting them.
Yes.
We might have activated it,
We-
and then I
Ira's
almost
blood is
might have
weird.
passed out, and it was like a whole thing.
Yep.
Ira has special blood.
Let me just get this. Pin in that.
Uh-huh.
Couple things before whatever that is.
What time is the library closed? Do we have time?
Yes.
Say we're unpacking a lot.
Sorry that my dream was so...
No, this is
No,
important.
it's important.
This is
Trust
super
me.
the
important.
genesis of all
Well, yeah,
of
I'm
this.
This
not-
is important.
I'm not asking these things for multiple reasons. So you went into two of the towers,
One tower.
where there's only one of them.
And we fought some treants, I think.
This was at your home?
They
All
were
right,
guarding
roll a
the
history
way.
check.
Uh,
I'm
They
gonna
were-
make this real concise.
They were guarding the way.
I'm going to use Tactical Mind. So I'm going to expel a use of Second Wind to add a d10 to that roll.
Hot.
All right.
So that's an 18 plus 7.
Okay. You all listen as Ira recants this. So we don't need to recycle.
Ask questions and stuff.
There was a couple by the name of Zaina and Akira that lived in Port of Mar, where Ira was from, and
This is where I got my tattoo from.
snuck them into a large facility that is on the continent known as the Centurion Spire. There's a large kind of tall cylindrical building, and they snuck in through a pipe system that was almost like a water runoff out of the building. And they snuck getting into this facility to see this large cavernous chamber that kind of went down for a very large distance, where hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of Marian hearts were attached to different panels on the wall, all connected in a bit of like a circuitry kind of thing. They were all illuminated blue and like whirling as if they were actively either siphoning magic or were filled with magic. It was never very fully determined. And there was a large warforged dragon that was kind of sitting on a pedestal in the very center of this. That was it took up a very large chunk of the room that like made each of the players look like ants compared to it in retrospect. And upon testing a sample of Ira's blood by putting it close to one of the hearts, made Ira pass out, as well as the blood reacted crazily next to this Marian heart. And there was an alarm that went off that kind of signaled that like somebody was in that vicinity and they had to kind of hastily escape.
Ira almost passed out because she was able to get out. She was
Correct.
heavily dazed.
There was a lot of like
She was not
headaches.
unconscious.
So you all hear all this.
That's great. And
Dawn and Verity are very much like hearing this information for the first time.
Nina's hearing this information for the first time because we never.
Because you were gone
we never,
for that
yes,
session.
because I was gone for that
Oh my
session, so I
God.
didn't know any of this. Okay, quick. One more quick question. That's no. Wait, hold on. Dawn's literally like so confused by all of this because it feels like big information, but she still doesn't quite understand it. Why are they there? That's my only question.
We don't know yet. We had to, then we got back and I gave my dad an attitude because I was tired and he just felt the need that was the absolute time to give me the full rundown of my whole family and continent's history. That's where I fell asleep and Jax listened, hence why he knew that information and it was fuzzy for me. And then in the middle of the night, Ronan, remember Ronan?
Yeah, that one dude.
Yeah, the grung from Bountifolia. He climbed in through a window and let me know that the Emperor of Bountifolia needed to see me immediately. So we had to leave. So we haven't really gone any further than that with that whole thing.
You guys just left.
And then you were kidnapped.
I was kidnapped. I'm glad you came to Bountifolia, obviously, because
You were kidnapped.
I was,
Well, you weren't at first. We got there and you were fine, and then you kind of were.
Yeah, but turns out that I was gonna get kidnapped no matter what, because poachers.
But
Murdered.
Yeah, we were kind
So you still don't know?
We were asking, like, what are we supposed to do about this? Like, this seems like a big threat, a big thing. And we were like,
Big
well,
information.
we
And I
have somewhere
think-
else to be.
Did you tell your dad that you saw it?
We did, and I don't know that it necessarily hit home, or he already knew and just didn't tell me he already knew, which
So it
would
didn't
be the
phase
first time
him.
he did that.
You can all catch a lot of this information on the prologue episode of Off the Beaten Quest. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
But after recapping all of that, Lucio, I think that all of that is like what you like got from Morphium is like super relevant because it ties into everything else.
Correct.
So now it's also a you problem, not just a me problem.
Oh yeah, and Luciel's like great grandfather was a part of the Asimar army that stormed the Empire of Mar as well during the downfall of Mar. So there's that, and that's the journal to which he carries with him that he has fallen into a few times.
And that was Jax, by the way.
But don't ask
Yes.
any more questions, Don.
Oh.
You're done with the questions.
Well, see, because I don't know if Luciel had really expressed that in depth to Jax, like all of
No,
that.
Jax was
you
told that
explained
by
visions
my
that you
father.
had seen in the journal to the group. Jax had heard the story from
You're his father.
Ira's father
Oh, so you
that
kinda
talked about a
yeah.
Luciel Oliver as an Asimar
put
that
2 and 2 together.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you think maybe finding the music sheets would be able to help stop whatever this is?
You know,
And you hear in the like echoing in the back of your mind, it's not a bad fucking question, buddy.
yeah.
As the
Guess.
muse kind of like standing behind you, kind of like crosses her arms.
What are
and
you
is
looking at?
rolling her eyes.
Can I acknowledge to the group that I'm being talked to by the muse?
Sure. There was never any rule that said you couldn't talk about it.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know if I really explained to you guys the whole muse thing. The person that's
the-
like kind of like following me.
The lady
with
that
me.
showed up in your room.
Yeah, basically. Not okay, Dawn. Not like that. Okay.
Eyebrows.
Okay. Anyways.
He wishes.
Okay. Alrighty.
Listen, the muse is sassy, all right? You know.
Alrighty then. Okay. But she basically said that she was affirming the question that Verity just asked. I never really thought to connect the dots like that in that way. But now, seeing as though I've seen what I have seen and I have been, made aware through this god, yeah, maybe. So we're gonna find out. But yeah, there's a lot of pieces to it. So there's like 13. So
What
Oh,
if
wow.
yeah, there's a lot. So it might not be for a
13
while.
pieces to the song?
Yeah.
How many do you have now?
Got like
One.
one.
One? Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I was like, oh, we have one. Yeah.
But we know where to find the next one. Well, we at least have a clue for it, right?
I
You-
have one, but there is a clue in the form of kind of like it's not poem,
It's like a poem or riddle, yeah.
like a limerick or something.
Maybe we can find something more in the library since this is Beville is a little bit closer to Rivermire and Bogmarsh.
So I feel like would Luciel have been able to like know that like the tellings of like where the next piece would be that it would allude to Bogmarsh?
Yeah, that was
I
the
feel like
reason
when
we
you
were
guys were
going
in
there.
the library in the Bloom Kingdom, you would kind of put that together.
Oh, well then yeah. So and then Luciel's like, actually I feel like what it's saying in like kind of like the clue is alluding to like going to more or less just going to Bogmarsh because I think that's where it's saying it might be. So
What's the clue?
fuck.
I think you read it to us in the thing.
He did.
He
He
did.
Oh.
did.
So you know this information.
He wrote it down.
He did.
As a player, you wrote it down.
I do believe that it is in
Did
your
I?
notes.
Oh, it got its own page.
You know what? That might be true. That might be right.
Yeah.
Read us the clue once more.
Oh God.
Oh, that face does not seem promising.
The trees are tall and the ground is marsh. The climate here is humid and harsh. To find the next piece, don't be remiss to get your hands muddy, buddy, for this is one piece you'll surely miss if you don't dig it enough.
Don't dig it enough?
I can't, like, what session would that have been where I would have...
That's exactly what it is. It's right here.
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to figure, like, what...
57.
You don't have to find it. That's okay. What if the magic... So, you said... Well, when you were playing that part of the music sheet, your magic, like, surged to do, like, a lightning thing. What if it's, like...
It did, yeah. I remember it was, what was it, Usagi that had expressed that to me? Yeah, because I think the only thing I wrote down in regards to the after effects of that was Lukeal is scared shitless of what may happen next. So
He still feels that feeling.
Maybe the music sheets are somehow, like a parallel to the Marian hearts in like that they hold certain powers. Maybe it could be an offset. This is just me theorizing.
it could be. I don't want to come to any sort of like false conclusion of that it would be that, but then
It's just brainstorming like what the possibilities might be. No.
So what we're saying is that we don't really need to go to the library because we already know where to go next. Essentially.
Well, about that, yeah.
You can go to the library for
So
more
what are we
stuff.
going to the library for?
For other things.
Okay.
I remember somebody saying something about Verity's sister, but I don't know.
Oh.
But we are closer to Bogmarsh, so maybe there's something else about it.
Maybe there's a better like map.
Yeah, no, you
too.
made a good point.
And were we able to find a whole lot of on the Nocte Mountains?
What about Verity's sister?
That was the thing. That was what we were gonna do. We were gonna look for
There we
information
go.
on the
But
mountains.
Lukeal's like, so what about Verity's sister?
I think half
What's
this
going
table
on?
has ADHD.
Fucking sure does.
No,
We're
There's
just
a lot of puzzle pieces. I just want to make that very abundantly clear.
we're just not going to acknowledge Verity's sister about that whole thing. We're just going to like,
Well, it seems like she's trying to avoid it.
glaze over that.
I think she's confused on what we're referring to.
Huh.
I don't know what we're referring to.
And this is Jax. I'm going to
Yeah.
say this as
Yeah.
Jax.
Uh-huh.
Verity said that she was going to introduce us to her sister at one point
Okay.
Oh.
this morning.
I mean, we're here, so why not now?
Is she a librarian?
she's the assistant
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, then is
to
she
the head librarian.
she working today? She in?
Let's
Yes.
Okay. Well, then
go.
time's a waste, and let's go.
Yep. I'm gonna let you guys go in first, and I'll follow behind.
Really?
So
Okay.
the exterior
That's
of the
weird.
library has like a stone exterior that kind of blends seamlessly within the forest. It's because it's like kind of on the outskirts of the town. It's window draped with hanging ivy, and its steps kind of surrounded by wildflowers. As you open the door and enter in, the high ceilings, the library has walls kind of lined with different books, maps, and scrolls. It's like kind of a long, like kind of sets of shelves and different things, kind of giving it this like vast appearance. It's lit by there's some like floating orbs in the midst of this open space, and the smell of parchment, wild herbs, and fresh wood kind of fills the air. As you enter, you see behind the desk in the center is a tiefling, and the Verity will go ahead and describe.
Hey. So Nadine is a red tiefling. Her hair, instead of being down like it was the previous night, is now up in like a tight French braid. And she's got her round glasses on, looking very studious. Don't know what else to describe again.
Fine. As the group kind of like walks towards this like desk, you are kind of seen kind of amidst these people in behind, and Nadine looks up from like a book that she's either checking in, or it's kind of hard to tell what she's doing with it, but she's like looking into this book, and she looks up, and you hear kind of faintly like, "Oh no, not today."
Hey!
What are you doing here?
Listen, they need help finding something. I thought I'd bring them to you. You know everything.
Hi. Yes. Welcome to the Verdant Library of Sages. How can I help you? And she kind of like is looking kind of around to see if like her bosses like watching or from a distance.
I'm not gonna do anything.
You better not.
What's happening?
Verity, were you gonna do something?
No.
What?
We are coming into this library as patrons of your establishment, and we are being treated disrespectfully, and I'm trying to figure out why. Any issues with your sister are issues with your sister. We are not aligned with that. So we need assistance gathering information.
I mean, you get the vibe that when she was saying that she was talking to Verity, not all of you.
But it made Ira feel like that there was an issue with the whole group, not just her sister. Just the fact that we were with her made us less than.
Roll an insight check.
$18 plus 4.
Yeah, you get the vibe that she had no like concern about any of you whatsoever.
Which is worse. She's there to help us.
She was mainly talking to her sister.
Are they like close together? Or like Verity's like standing at the desk?
You guys are all standing at the desk, yeah. Like, and it is a very interesting group to walk into the library. I will say that for sure.
Dawn like hinges at the hips, like forward like a table, and gets like in between both of their faces, and is just like, "Are we good here?" Like looking in between the two of them.
Yeah.
Do you need to roll for intimidation?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's just a question.
Oh, okay. Seemed kind of threatening.
The hinging at the hips is for comedic purposes. Because she's so tall.
Yeah, because you're like leaning down. We're fine. It just, she doesn't normally come to visit me, and I honestly, people that look like all of you, and it's very alarming given the state of this village. And
Looks like us.
Yeah, I know. We're a beautiful, beautiful, handsome bunch. It can alarm anybody.
there's a lot of colors. Yeah, though I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. You are too
You're
kind.
red.
We don't want to be treated like
You're red.
celebrities or anything like that.
And you
but
act like you haven't seen a furbolg before. Your boss is a furbolg.
That's not that color. And you hear, does somebody need to speak to me? And you see, let me get to my description. You see kind of this 7 foot tall, yellow skinned. It's very much like a soft yellow, not like a mustard yellow. Intricate markings of like sunbursts and swirls kind of like faintly on her skin, kind of almost like a vitiligo kind of pigmentation. She has short and slightly tousled golden wheat hair with strands of kind of some like amber running through it. Almond-shaped eyes, luminous, kind of like this honey gold color, ears long and kind of gently tapered, very similar to that of Dawn's. There's kind of some small handmade charms kind of like hanging on these ears. They're like polished sunstones, intricately carved like wooden beads. She's wearing these like simple flowing robes, kind of hues of pale yellow, sunflower gold, some light amber. The kind of like flow, like kind of waft as she walks towards the desk in the library. She has a pendant around her neck that's it's like a shaped of like an open book. It kind of has like this warm amber stone kind of set inside of it. You see her walk forward, and she notices and kind of looks at all of you. And very much notices like Dawn kind of very like kind of right up front, and says, "Well, I've never seen somebody of your color like us before."
Thank you.
Sure.
My name's Dawn. What's yours?
Solara.
Dawn is pretty excited.
There's in the air, kind of as she gets closer to all of you, there's like a soft scent of wildflowers and mainly sunflower scent kind of in the air.
This is reminding Eliana of her mom. Like sunflower smells.
And it's it was honestly rumored that your kind even existed. So it's kind of astounding to see one before my eyes, to be quite honest.
She turns to looks at the group. My kind?
Yes. It's very interesting considering that most of your people are rumored to come from the Nocte Mountains, but to see one here in Beville is quite astonishing.
I'm sorry, what was her race?
Furbolg.
Furbolg.
She's a Furbolg.
Furbolg.
Yep.
Which is what I am. Yeah. We've recently heard that it is rumored that they come from the Noctane Mountains. And I say they because I didn't even know that I was possibly from there until recently.
Then where are you from?
Well, I'm from the Feywild. At least that's what I thought.
Even more interesting.
Yeah.
To see you here before me. It's interesting.
Where are you from?
I am from here.
Oh.
No.
Are there a lot of you from here?
Oh, not really. My parents unfortunately passed away when I was young, but
My condolences.
I've lived here quite some time with my aunt. So there's not a lot of I guess you could say yellow furbolgs, but sometimes it happens, yeah.
You
Wow.
look like sunshine.
Thank you.
You do look like sunshine.
We typically get that a lot, but
Very comforting.
Do you mind if I ask you more questions?
Sure. I mean, this is a library. If not, what purpose would it serve if to not give information to people?
Ira cuts a look at Verity's sister.
Damn.
When you see Nadine just kind of put a strand of hair over her ear and kind of go back to what she was doing at the desk.
Do you have any other rumors or legend about furbolgs from the Nocte Mountains? Have you even ever heard of anybody going there?
Not particularly. That is quite a treacherous feat due to the physical dangers that kind of exist around there, because there's a lot of it's a vast, foreboding mountain range. It kind of stretches across the horizon with a lot of towering, jagged peaks kind of cutting through the skies, almost like ancient teeth of a beast.
Oh.
And a lot of the outer edges of these mountains are pretty much composed of a lot of harsh, treacherous terrain. And there's a lot of sheer cliffs, deep ravines, a lot of unstable rock slides. So people being able to traverse it is nearly impossible, if not a suicide mission, to be quite candid.
Do you have any books on how one might traverse the mountains? Or anything about her purple?
Maybe that might...
Unfortunately, no. There's not, again, because people have not explored that area, there's not much to recant, if that makes any sense.
Well, if you're saying that her kind originates from there, would that...
It's a rumor, yes.
Would it
Pretty
be
good one,
outlandish
right?
to suggest that maybe only her kind would be able to scale the mountains? And only her kind?
Could be quite possibly a hypothesis to make, yes.
Because obviously the rarity of her, as you're expressing, could indicate that, more general people like us, not her, couldn't, because we're not of her quote-unquote kind.
Well, it's quite easy to theorize, too, that if there is not many like her seen anywhere else in the realm, they may not even be able to traverse out.
Right, exactly.
I mean, the landscape there is quite barren, and there's a lot of frozen soil, and as different temperatures kind of cause a lot of different things to shift, and so there's not there's not a lot of in or out traffic, to be quite candid. But
Luke, in this moment's almost anxious for Dawn, because he's starting to theorize that maybe she's going to be the only one that can actually make the trek through to the mountains, and he's like, oh boy,
Dawn did have that thought. She doesn't like
maybe
that
we
thought.
won't be able to
I will say there is a larger subset of mountains kind of within the mountain range that kind of stick farther up into the skies.
Okay.
They are this jagged kind of large peaks that are this black kind of mountain. They call it the crown of Nocte. It's kind of a central massif of towering spire-like peaks that pierce the skies. These mountains are even more imposing than the surrounding ones, given that their jagged edges cut through the clouds like blades. And the weather and terrain atop those is even rumored to even be more vicious, and most of the time is undocumented, given the fact that the altitude to which they extend.
Do you know if there's any caves within the mountain?
As far as the weather? Are you talking about the weather?
Caves?
Caves. Okay, sorry, I did not hear that full.
Her accent can be a little hard to understand sometimes.
Trust me, I work with her sister. I understand.
Verity would have that reaction.
As far as caves, I don't believe so. There's not many. Because if there was caves, I would assume there would be something to connect exteriorly, but I don't believe that exists either. The nature to which of the surrounding soil and rock faces and stuff, and how unstable most of them are, one would only assume that if somebody tried to cave or dig through the mountains, that they would cave in kind of almost immediately, as a lot of the rocks could be unstable. And
I do have an idea for how we could scale them.
Wait, I want to make a note that in this conversation, when I met you, my ears were like normal, high, excited. Now they're like really drooped.
Okay.
Just a little note. Go on.
Drooped in a bad way.
Yeah, like a sad cat.
Oh.
Just like Dawn started very positive, but then she's starting to realize more and more, like, what if I have to leave the group to find answers? Like, what if I just never look for answers? You know, she's having lots of thoughts while having this conversation, and she's getting quieter and her ears start to droop a little bit. I don't know if anybody like picks up or cares about it, but that's happening.
I mean, a lot of the residential folks of that area, as they're close to a larger city, believe that there is a malevolent force that's rumored to kind of dwell within these mountains. There's a lot of claims of hearing whispers carried in the wind, or they see flickering lights amidst the mountain slopes at night. No one knows whether these are a product of the mountain's cursed past, or if there's something more sinister. There's a lot that are drawn to the power that could still be hidden in the peaks, but nobody dares to try to face it.
Great.
Yeah. Dawn is still speechless, like completely.
That's great.
That's
We'll figure it out.
interesting.
Yeah, at least now we know more about it.
Where is that? Where do people sense this?
The village, the city around that is that of Bogwash City. So a lot of that is a very large, swampy, kind of waterless area. So it could also be a part of the unstable terrain, given how of the humidity and the moisture that kind of exists in that area. As most of the city itself kind of is very much kind of on a large body of water. And to give you guys a bit of context, essentially, as she's describing this kind of the way it looks, it's very similar to that of like Venice in Italy, how the kind of city on the water, but it's kind of almost like a swampy version of that.
Ira looks at Dawn. So, maybe, I'm just drawing an assumption here. We go to Bogwash City, and maybe there's a local guy, person, lady, thing that does
all of those.
that does traverse the mountains. That's just like one individual person.
Well, I've
And, like-
moved locations for much less information before.
I mean, it's highly unlikely.
We don't know. We could still ask the question.
yeah,
We're
I
gonna go there
agree.
regardless. So.
I mean, our library does get a lot of books from different continents and things like that, and I feel like I would have heard if somebody had experienced that area, but they
Do
could
you
also
know
be...
much about Bountifolia?
Sadly, no. That is the one type of area that we do not have a bit of communication
I have been
with.
there, and I could tell you a lot about it. So I would like to go to Bogwash City and talk to people who live there who know a lot about the area.
That's
Fair
fine.
enough.
Perchance, would you know of the geographical, correlation between bog marsh and bog wash? Because we're actually kind of looking to go to maybe both of those places.
Bogmarsh is the continent to which Bogmarsh City resides in. Or, excuse me, Bogwash City resides on Bogmarsh.
Oh, so we're actually going to one place, essentially.
I guess so.
Well,
Where's the ship taking us?
you-
Is that close enough?
Rivermarsh.
Yeah, but that's just the continent. How far do we think the city is from where we're gonna?
I think it's about a day.
Are we
It
gonna
was
go
a
to
day longer trip to go.
Rivermire?
I would like.
Do you have a map?
Can somebody the person who drew the map of
Me.
Oh, yeah.
Bogmarsh roll the history check for me, please? Let's just
Guidance.
clear this up all in one
Okay.
shot.
We're good to guidance.
Bardic Inspiration.
God fucking damn it.
Do you not have the map
My-
on you? You
it's-
can just get the map out, yeah?
I could get the map out. Well, this isn't really gonna help me much.
Probably not.
But what is that? Yeah, that's a 4.
Total.
Yeah. I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Luke, you can also roll since he was the one that read the
I
book that was the
don't
map
have
was
a
in.
Rolling just a straight 20.
A history check.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 1, baby.
Yummy.
Did we all just we're like, no, did we even look at a map?
Yikes.
Do you know if there's a cartographer nearby? I know this is a library.
There is not a good cartographer in
No.
Beville. I apologize.
Ugh.
You don't
Uh,
happen to have any maps of... Can we look at your map? The one she...
pull out
you
my
can
map.
pull it out. Okay. Rivermire is on the southernmost tip of the continent of Bogmarsh, and Bogwash City is sort of central to the continent of
Okay.
Bogmarsh. So Bogmarsh is one continent.
Yes.
Rivermire, Swamp Tree, and Bogwash City all reside
So we just gotta go there.
in Bogmarsh.
We just
Yep.
gotta go
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
to tie that in a little
Let's
knot.
But I knew
let's
that
all
was
there.
out there. We knew that was out there. But how far is... We're going to Rivermire.
How about we figure it out when we get there?
I want to know now. We have a
DM to player, it kind
map.
of sounded like you thought Rivermire was a separate place.
No.
Okay.
It's It's
Well,
it's
it
on Bogmarsh.
Yeah.
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 Forgot about the third city.
Okay.
How far?
That was the one that Lukiel knew.
How far do we think Rivermire is from Bogmarsh? I mean,
We don't
Bogwash.
know. You know?
Verity.
So it was going to take about one less day to get from Rivermire or to Beville. So my guess it's probably a day's journey over to Rivermire.
Mm.
And that's where the ship was going.
Yes.
The captain said that to you.
Yep.
Hope
Cool.
that ship leaves on time.
Well, there was a murder scene on the ship, so I doubt it.
What?
Yeah. That's where the
Yeah, we
murder
know
was.
this.
Yeah, we knew
Yeah.
that.
That's where
Because Ira and
Oh,
Dawn went
yeah.
to go. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, there certainly was.
We
wasn't
are
there?
really going through it tonight,
And
guys.
Dawn learned from the cook
Ah,
that they were not going to be delayed by the murder.
Yes.
cool.
God.
So we're still going to be leaving
Ooh.
Yeah.
tomorrow night then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Cool.
Correct.
I thought it was tomorrow morning.
DM is giving Boromir vibes from Fellowship.
We're struggling tonight.
There's no one that read any notes before we started getting into a lot of these conversations. So we're making through it.
I would like to note that my notes from last week just have the names of the guys on the ship. That is all I could get through.
I guess
All right.
while we're at
so,
the fucking library, what do you guys want research, guys?
yeah, what do we want to look up? What do we want to research?
I think we got a lot of information already. I'm good. Done solid.
Lukiel's also gonna let everyone know and be like, okay, we actually went to the blacksmith earlier too, so we have to go back to him at some point because he's like making something cool.
Oh yeah,
so.
Lukiel is trying to buy me like some rings or something.
I
That
mean,
is
You
so
trying to marry my boyfriend?
sweet.
it's not like that.
Kind.
Okay.
So I didn't realize
I
we had
know, it's
another
not- you're not his
bromance
type.
happening.
It's more of a
What did you say? I don't even hear what you
it's
said.
okay. All right.
Allie's losing it
Alrighty.
over here.
Flustered Lukiel is Ira's favorite Lukiel.
Sorry, Jax's rudimentary knowledge of what you had built was pretty much the same as the dwarf, who kind of dwarven person that was running the forge had to figure it out, which is why he kind of assumed it, or just called it that. For context.
So, yeah. But I have a short bow, which is pretty cool. So,
Nice.
yeah.
That's cool.
Been thinking of taking up some bow type things. So
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can teach him.
I feel like Ira's like, I don't know if I have the fucking capacity.
No,
to
that's not what she's thinking.
No.
I would
That's not at all
I
what
would
Ira's
think
thinking.
that's a bit of a trauma response from
Yeah.
Ira.
Yeah, Ira's like just looks at Jax and it's like,
Can I roll for insight?
I'd love to.
You can.
Okay.
And for the record, Ira, amidst all six of these
it's a nat
people,
one.
is the only person that knows
Yep.
exactly why this is happening. None, even Jax does not know because he was not there for that.
Cindy
No,
knows
he
what's
wasn't.
happening.
He just
Cindy
volunteered
does.
her.
Cindy's not here.
there. What did you roll for your insight?
My insight was a fucking nat one.
Okay, so you
Nice.
don't
I
know at all
shit.
the context.
I don't know nothing. I don't know anything.
I'd love to. And in her mind, she is never going to bring it up to Lukiel.
Oh,
I
but
roll
my
an insight
my
check?
passive perception or my passive insight is like higher, definitely.
What is it?
My passive perception's 17. My passive insight's 14.
We're
14.
We're
Okay.
we're the same.
So 14.
14 and 17.
Eliana, are you rolling insight?
I only rolled a
Damn it.
12 on my insight.
Okay.
Because it's like
So,
I
doesn't
feel like
matter.
Lukia would have like heard like the change, the change in the tone of her voice, and like been like, oh, why?
No,
was that?
I don't think it would have been a big deal. She just would have just kind of just like,
But it's like, why did she say it like that though?
You can ask.
Why did you?
I'm gonna roll for insight.
Why did you
Dawn
say
does.
that like that?
Okay, roll for insight.
That was a 10.
Okay.
God, all these fucking DCs.
So Lukiel asks Ira directly.
no reason. Do we have everything we need?
Well, that would.
Is there anything that I can help you with at the library?
What do you mean, no reason?
Are we good, guys?
No.
No, I'm asking you.
Can we step outside so you don't start yelling? In a library?
Nadine,
I
please be
wasn't
sure
gonna
to
yell.
give them anything that they need. I'm gonna go back to work and just. Oh yeah, sure.
I would like to see if you have any cartography for dummies in this library.
And this is Nadine now. I don't. We don't have anything like that. There's not really any map making books, unfortunately.
Shit.
Luke,
Thank you.
Ira's gonna grab Lukiel, just like hook her arm through his, and walk outside.
Okay.
Um,
So you exit the library.
yeah. So basically, and I don't exactly need the whole party to know this because I don't need the whole party to be like, oh, you shouldn't feel bad about that. Basically, my old, I guess, because I'm the only one that really knew him. Jax kind of did. Party member. He got this like super magical bow, and I taught him how to use it, and then it was a whole thing, and now he's dead. So it's like a whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. Kind of trying to connect the dots as to what.
I don't know,
How that
dude.
would have led
Last
to-
time I taught someone how to use a bow, they died.
Okay, but were
Do you
there
need a more linear line than that?
were there different like implications as to the events that led to that? And
I mean,
why-
he
like-
got nailed to a post on a boat and murdered. So yeah, I think that it's a little different. But
Okay, sorry. Maybe I don't have like all the context, but like,
maybe I haven't processed enough to talk about it. And she turns
I-
around and goes back inside.
Fair enough.
I know Lukiel.
Okay.
Lukiel's like, I didn't know I had that kind of a nerve. I don't know what. Just trying to learn
Rightfully
how
so.
to use a bow.
So you head back inside, and the rest of you, as this conversation was happening briefly, decide to do or say or engage however.
Verity's gonna kind of look at her sister and go, so I had, and she kind of gestures to
Holy fucking.
Yes.
Anna.
Keep your mic in front of your mouth. That's what I was trying to tell you. I knocked mine over.
She gestures to Eliana and goes, Eliana looked at Mom very briefly.
I'm an herbalist.
Great.
What does that mean? Why did you say it like that?
No, let's subject Mom to more poking and prodding. That's great.
There was no poking
I
and
was just trying to
prodding.
help.
Yeah, a lot of people have tried to help.
Verity makes the I'm so close to just wanting to come across this table to you.
Well, I'm so sorry that people showing care and consideration is upsetting to you.
It's
Damn.
not. But our mother has been through quite a lot, and so it's something we kind of are just trying to keep her comfortable at this point, since nobody else seems to kind of know what's going on.
Damn.
Well, there's certainly something more powerful surging through her because it canceled out my magic. There's a powerful force happening. I don't know what it is.
All the more reason you shouldn't have messed with it.
She was just trying to help.
Yes, a lot of people have tried to help. It's apologies. It's a sensitive subject. I appreciate that you tried to assist, but I think that my sister should have talked to me about it first,
Well, you were at work.
so you knew where to find me and could have asked.
Dawn turns and starts whistling and goes and grabs Jax's arm and is like
Well, fine, if you want to make her comfortable. Try lavender and chamomile tea. Apparently it's good and mother. And she stops herself from cussing all the way.
I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah. And Verity's gonna take a glance. Is she wearing the bracelet she gave her the previous night?
She is.
And she's gonna just thank you.
Is there anything else that I can get for any of you?
I feel like Lukeel's still outside trying to process why that fucking conversation went the way that it did. So it's like, what?
he's out there, he's like, carry the one.
that's
Like,
fair.
cartoonishly, he's scratching his head.
What did I do?
What was that? I'm just trying to learn how to use a fucking bow. Man.
Welcome to trauma. Does weird things to the brain.
Do you happen to have any books on, I suppose, blockages of magic?
I mean, we do have a lot of books on different blockages, but I don't know about that kind of one.
Okay. Any on the gods of death?
I mean, you can check our religious section. There should be some about some of the pantheon of the realm, but you'll have to look into the specifics. I know they
Okay.
cover a lot of bases, but
Well, thank you.
And she turns
You're welcome.
very tightly on her heel and goes to the religious
very much
section.
matches your volume and inflection.
I hope you're hungry for nothing. Quite the two librarians to be like, we have knowledge. And, well, do you have a book on this? No, fuck you. We don't.
Nadine does have an encyclopedia mind. So if she says we don't have any, or that they don't have anything, then they don't have it.
I'm going to the religious section and I'm going to cast enhance ability on myself. No, I can't. I can't fucking cast magic.
Just remember, and I guess, as Eliana wouldn't know this,
Yeah.
but I've told you that you have
4
hours
hours.
before it comes back.
Has enough time passed for Ira to be back inside?
Yeah.
Okay, she goes over to Eliana. She's going to help her find whatever she's looking for.
Okay.
Well, thanks.
You two can make investigation checks. Dawn, Verity,
Got guidance.
what are you two doing? Or are you just tagging along?
Dawn will eventually tag along. She's poking around. Just
Are you looking for anything in
Making
particular?
time processing. No, everything I asked about, they were like, no, sorry, there's no information on that. Oh, okay, well, we're going to go there. They're probably not going to know anything.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20,
16.
16.
You met a whole person, Dawn.
And
Yeah,
you know
I know.
what? Be grateful because you got a lot of information on the Nocte Mountains, to be quite fair.
Yes, I know, but then
Yeah,
you keep
it
asking me
definitely-
if I want to go look for anything. I'm like, no, I got it. And then I was like,
look, you have agency to do as you wish. I just am making sure that you exhaust any options you want. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think
I feel like there's
that-
something else I should ask, and I don't know what it is.
To be quite candid, I don't know
I feel
what
like we
you're...
definitely have as much information as we need.
So, Dirty 20, 16.
16.
You find books on different gods and pantheons, of the pantheon, excuse me. But there's just kind of some of the same rudimentary knowledge that you know of Thanatora that you found in other libraries.
I figured, but I thought I'd check just in case.
Okay.
Oh, where's Verity?
Verity's probably just leaning against a wall somewhere.
Eileen.
Hey, Verity.
Yeah.
Do you want to see if we can try and find that book that you found at the other library? See if you have it here?
Verity kind of just like goes over, like, shh, we don't need to talk about that here.
Okay.
Actually, let's just not talk about any of that in this vicinity.
You want to do it secretly?
Just anywhere where my sister ain't.
Okay. Let's go in the corner and see if we can find it.
Okay.
Verity's like looking around, like very paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I see? Is she nowhere to be seen? That's why I'm trying to.
Oh, like, are you like away from Nadine far
Yeah.
enough? I would, yeah. I mean, I guess you guys went off to one corner of the library to try
Okay, cool,
I'm gonna
cool,
give-
to quote unquote find the book.
I'm going to give you guidance.
cool. Give me guidance.
D4. What?
Nothing, just continue.
All right.
Just it's fine.
Damn. Okay. You roll. What'd you get?
Oh
Crap. Well,
You're-
are you
you're-
looking for the book?
You're rolling for
There
investigation.
you go, buddy.
Just roll it. It's fine.
Investigation.
I'm blind. Plus a D4.
I mean, I
guided
can. I
you.
got a 24.
Oh, okay.
So 28 plus the 4.
D4, but
What'd you roll in the D4?
I didn't roll the D4. That's
Oh.
just 26.
26.
I mean, it's
I would say so, and then it's very easily found because she just pulls it out of her bag.
yeah.
oh my fucking!
I was letting it fucking play out.
I wasn't gonna say
I didn't know if
anything.
there were multiple copies. Okay.
It's fine. Let's keep going.
Oh, I thought you were down to look for it. We can wreck on that.
I mean, Verity's,
No, I
Verity's
think
gonna.
it's hilarious. You're just like, oh, it's right here.
Yeah, it just showed up.
Do you want me to look at it and pretend that I'm looking at it instead of you looking at it?
So you show her the book? Are you trying to open? Are you going to open it? You open the book?
No, because it has someone's name in it, and she doesn't want anyone to see the name.
Does it? Do you open the book?
Open the book.
Verity wouldn't.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just asking.
Players now peaked, but no.
Eliana tries to take it because she thinks you'll just let
Verity's
her-
just it's
Nope.
like a.
Make a sleight
Oh.
of hand check
Oh, wait.
there.
No, she's not her
Oh,
to
okay.
hide
You're
it.
not gonna
She's
try to
like,
take it. Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, no, it's like
I do not want us
it's
to.
like
Weren't you trying to find it earlier? Weren't you trying to find this book so you could show
I
us?
was, but then I found it and it's chill, it's fine, and Verity's gonna try and put it back in her bag.
So, what is your passive perception, Eliana?
18.
You are looking down at the book that you both are now holding at this similar point in time. You are seeing a book with no title on it. It is a blank cover and nothing on the spine, nothing at all. However, you see the title, all that stuff that you saw before.
Okay.
How did you find this? There's no label on it.
Wait, you mean it says it clearly right there in like the gold yellow lettering?
Ooh, okay. There's some magic funk going on here.
Lucio bursts through the doors to the library, coming back, and he's like, "Hey guys, what'd I miss?" Just totally not like caring about the demeanor of like being quiet in a library.
Like Nadine is like,
Sorry.
Verity's gonna
Sorry.
go, we're over here.
Take a left and then a right. We're right here.
Oh my god.
Era walks up to Nadine. I apologize for my comments earlier. I understand now.
There have to be like other patrons in the library that are like all
There's a lot
like
of people,
turning their
like,
heads. They're
looking
like,
like-
what the fuck?
Just follow the sound of my voice, Lucio.
make a wisdom saving
Oh my
throw, Dawn.
god. The like so like total awkwardness of like that being in a fucking library, dude. Oh my god.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
I think it was an 8.
You hear kind of, and this is almost like echoing just as much as you're yelling. You hear silence, and you now are under the effect of the silence spell. Hey,
It's command, and it's only for 1 minute.
That was
silence
not.
is a different spell. That's an actual spell.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not like a condition.
I'm always getting cast shit on me.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what happens as a barbarian. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, what does the title say?
The same thing that I told you back in.
Okay.
The Bloom Kingdom.
Well, I don't see that.
Lucio goes up to this like, where's your sister at? You see where she went?
Why do you want to know? Do you want to ask her something? And she's kind of like
I think he went
eyeballing
up to
like,
Nadine's.
Yeah, I went up to Nadine. I was like,
Yeah.
where's
Oh.
your sister? Because I'm trying to find you.
I thought you were talking to Verity.
I think they walked somewhere over there. The loud, tall one was yelling, but
Yeah, she was.
This is a library.
Mhm,
This is a
yeah.
place of decorum.
Sorry that I didn't. I kind of forgot when I came in, but
That's all right. You didn't continue. She did.
okay. Gotcha. I will maintain my,
I would hope so.
calm demeanor. Cool. I'm gonna try to find her.
Well, I can't see the title in the book. Maybe I can try looking inside
He's
to
like-
see if it's
I
different
don't-
from what you're seeing.
Making his way.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And she's gonna jerk
Why
it
are you okay?
out of her hand,
Oh,
Oh,
phrasing.
stuff it in the bag.
Okay.
yeah.
Are you there, Verity? Or Elliot? You're a Jesus.
I thought so.
Yeah, she is. We're all kind of like clustered in
Yeah.
that.
I'm
Meandering
getting
in that
I'm getting a
alley.
contact confusion from the table.
Would an 18 on a sleight of hand get it out of her bag?
Oh my god.
You were gonna roll for perception to see if you noticed this.
How long does my silence last, by the way?
If it doesn't work, that's fine. I
believe
keep
silence
the
lasts
second
Hour.
Perception.
second wind.
26.
Then I keep my
Wow, wow,
second slot of
Oh,
second
it's
wind.
10 minutes.
Oh, thank God.
So she catches you.
Hey.
So
Hey.
why are you so bitchy about books? Like, what's in there that's gonna hurt Eliana?
Yeah, you wanted to find the book and now you're being very cagey about it.
Also, side note, you are deaf also.
Oh, fuck!
Because silence works to silence you and you cannot hear anything.
You know I was going to make some bodily comments on things. I was
Sure was.
just about to do that. Dawn's in the corner. She's just caressing the spine of a book until somebody comes to get her.
Because Eliana's going through some really traumatic stuff. You have a key in there that could potentially help her. For some reason, you're choosing again to be exceedingly selfish and not share the information that you have with someone that needs it.
Selfish. I'm not being. This is
Then
for.
what are you being?
Facetious is not the word I'm thinking of.
Would I have found them by this time?
Probably.
Yeah. You are there. You are there currently. With
I don't picture this to be a massive library.
No, it's big, but not that big.
It's just for everyone's protection.
Let me guess.
Has to do with
Let me guess.
the-
Your ex-boyfriend gave you the book and his name's in the front cover.
We are not going to talk about that here, especially with it. No. We don't talk.
Is
we don't
that
talk.
what happened? Is that
No,
why you won't give it to her because Brosif's name's in the book?
No, we are not talking about him in here, especially with my sister. He
Go
don't
ahead and roll for perception again, please.
fucking hell.
Is he there?
Yeah, I mean Jax is there with you guys. Yeah, I know he's often forgotten.
16.
So with a 23, you feel like a, and he hands it to Ira.
Thank you, dear.
You motherfucker, Jack.
Number one thing you need to learn: he's always on the side of the good guy.
I'm just I'm in the best interest of like not hearing everybody yell at each other.
And so Ira, like, can Ira read the cover of the book? Can she see what it says, or is it blank for her also?
It is blank for you also.
Okay, so I open the book.
There
Is it empty?
Nothing but blank pages on the inside as you see Ira flipping through it. You see words, but Ira sees nothing but blank pages.
Oh, like invisible ink.
I would like to cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay.
Boom. Done.
I'm going to need you to make an Arcana check for me, please.
Okay. And
I'm going to play this a little differently with this Detect Magic.
Nope.
What the heck? Did you just roll like 3 dice?
When you detect thoughts, the person knows you're trying to detect.
That's not gonna
to
do it.
detect their
Yes.
thoughts.
If you probe deeper, they do, yeah.
Okay, damn it.
And what was it?
A Arcana.
Maybe it will be okay. It's a 15.
With a 15, the spell does not seem to detect anything on the book itself.
Okay.
It was not it didn't like, I guess for above table preference, it didn't pierce the veil, I should say.
Is Lukiel near us?
Yeah, no, you guys are all together. Dawn's
Do
just the
you-
other one that's kind of like a little tangential to the side, kind of just like
Verity's
fucking
going
with
to try
the
and
book.
snatch it out of your hands as you try to give it to
Oh, her back's turned to you.
She's still going
um,
to try and like reach over and try.
Hey, Dawn. Well, you can't hear me. But
I literally can't hear you. You're going to have to come over and tap her on the shoulder. She cannot hear
I mean,
and she cannot speak.
which is Ira doesn't know this has happened.
Oh,
so she can't say that.
Then you're literally speaking into the void because Dawn is just
Exactly.
stroking the spine.
Hey, Dawn, can you make sure that Verity doesn't act like an idiot?
I just need that book back, please.
What?
Just
I
tap her
can't
on the
speak. I
shoulder.
can't even speak. Okay, she turns, obviously.
Your mouth can move, but you can't act. No sounds coming out.
I can't like describe that since this is a podcast.
So, point at you. Point at
Shakes her
Verity.
head. Shakes her head. Looking confused, but loves it.
Points at her again. And then points like a far off place.
Dawn like confusedly like stumbles over.
Because Verity's also like, no. Points at Ira, no.
Verity is making wild arm gestures, and Dawn just comes over and just like smiles at her and like looks at Ira and is like, okay.
I'm going to
Take her
And
over
then
there.
and just like
shadow step.
bear hug.
Or not shadow step, sorry, misty step.
So do I like hug you and then you just vanish?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna misty step like kind of or in a way where I can try and get to.
Okay, that's
book.
fine. I'm gonna misty step to the opposite side of the library.
Like
I'm gonna misty step to the inside of Solara's office
So you
Whoa.
misty step to Solara's office.
with the book.
So I try.
Verity,
Where'd
you
Verity
misty step
stepped.
to?
I tried
miss-
to get Dawn to get Verity to stay back. Ira does not know that Dawn is under the silence condition right now and couldn't hear anything, so she still did it anyway, but she didn't know.
Okay.
So then she did like some pointing and stuff to like try to get Dawn to understand.
Okay.
It like kind of worked, and then Verity tried to misty step to like the book to like get it away, and then Ira misty stepped to Solara's.
Or did you try to misty
office.
step like away?
I try to misty step far enough away from Dawn, but close enough to Ira to get the book.
Okay.
And then I used my one use that wasn't a spell cast of Misty Step to...
Okay, so for this tangential kind of series of events, you're going to make a sleight of hand first.
Okay.
Just playing musical chairs.
Right.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You essentially will make a perception check just to kind of see if you can avoid this kind of like quick grab.
Dirty 20 plus 7.
Okay.
27.
So in a series of quick kind of like Verity Misty steps to kind of grab the book as Ira like moves and is kind of gone within the vicinity of the group.
I Misty Step into Solara's office. Is that within about 30 feet?
You're gonna...
Did she go into her office?
So, the Misty Step spell itself, you need to have seen the place before.
Okay, then I Misty Step to the right side of her office and then knock on her door.
Knock, 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 knock.
Okay. I'm also going to challenge you just a slight bit. Did you know where that was?
She came out of it.
No, she just came from
You said she came out of her office.
No, I said she came out of off to the side. Didn't you kind of know as that was talked about? You did not see where she came from. She came from somewhere within the library as she kind of approached the hall.
Is Ira within 5 feet of me?
Not
When we're all
anymore.
together?
I guess
I started within 5 feet of you. I did not end within 5
I was
feet of
going to
you.
suggest if you...
I will say you can Misty Step to the front desk where Nadine is to ask where Solara is if you would like
Yeah.
to kind of make that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you expressed any of this to Luke Heel, you could have suggested Dimension Door.
It happened so fast.
Yeah, it was a quick
Yeah, it happened so fast.
Because I can teleport... Oh, is it not me and one?
It is you and somebody else. It just, but it's like this.
It was
full
within
kind
a
of thing.
couple seconds.
Yeah, this is a
Damn.
very
Yeah,
quick.
this is all within a single second, I would
Yeah,
think.
damn. So, yeah.
So as you appear in front of Nadine, she's like, "Oh, geez, yes,
Where can I find Solara?
she's off working in her office. It's off to the side and down the hallway on your left. You'll see the door."
Lovely. I Misty Step to the farthest point of the direction that she
Could
pointed.
visibly see from there. Yeah. Okay.
And then, so let me take that. And then I hustle the rest of the way.
Okay.
And did I clearly see it?
Yeah, you find the door to her office.
Okay. Then I knock.
Okay. Yes. Come in.
I walk in.
Okay.
Hello. Sorry to bother you. Verity's a weird one. It's a book, and I don't know why she's freaking out about it. Can you tell me why I can't see what is on or in this book, please?
This is just an empty book. Is this like a journal?
No, it's apparently it's a book on some kind of shadow gods or something. I don't know completely, but my friend needs to know what's in it, and Verity's being a weird ass loose cannon again, and I need to know why.
I mean, I, as a Furbolg, have a kind of this magical sense, and I do not sense any magic coming off of this book.
Then how can she see what it says?
I do not know, to be quite candid. Could be something of her infernal lineage, but that's mere speculation.
Meanwhile, Eliana and Don are still up there. Luke Heel's up there too.
Well, yeah,
And-
you're on the same level, but you're off to one side of the library. Yeah.
Eliana's like,
Verity's freaking the
I-
fuck out.
Don't know what's happening, but I kind of get why Ira was a little suspicious of Verity earlier now.
See? She's walking back.
where's Verity throughout all of this? She Misty stepped and
Well,
No, she stepped literally 2 feet to the side to try to get behind Ira and sleight of hand check it, or just pickpocket it. So, are you walking back with the book in your hand? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, I have taken it and I have dropped it into Ollier's box.
Whoa.
Okay.
Verity's face is total shock.
So as far as Verity knows, I don't have it.
Okay. Verity, I would like you to make a perception check for me, please.
Verity's freaking out. 25.
25.
No, wait. 27.
27.
Jesus.
You kind of doing what Verity typically sometimes would do is like, you know, like looking down at your feet in this like, I don't know, like kind of like avoidance of eye contact. You, out of the corner of your eye, in your pouch on your hip,
Yes.
you see a faint like sliver of the spine of the book.
Yep.
She says that silently.
I was like, not the
Yeah, yeah.
Who's ready to leave? I'm ready to leave. Let's leave.
For sound, would that be perception or? Well, I guess that would be perception, wouldn't it? Like to be able to pick up that I like heard.
She said that in her mind.
Yeah.
She didn't say it audibly.
Hmm.
And
Oh.
also, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Era.
Okay.
Are we just going to ignore what just happened? Everyone went a little crazy.
14.
Okay. Now, do not panic when I say this. I'm going to preface this with that because I know the look you're giving me at this moment. A small crack in Oyer's box appears.
That's unacceptable.
You just told us
You
not
did
to
put a
react.
cursed book in Oyer's cage, so I mean,
How does Ira know that?
she doesn't.
He doesn't. But you just notice that for the first time, it doesn't audibly appear, but there is just a small, like, almost like kind of crack in the wood of the box.
Guidance.
She's rolling.
17. Is there an adventurance outpost in Bogmarsh?
There's not.
What was the 17 for?
History check.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we hadn't even there wouldn't have been anything we had come across yet to allude to anything like that.
You guys had gone through the town, yeah. You had noted that there's no adventurance.
I think I asked Verity about it earlier.
Bogmarsh.
Yeah, she said
Oh,
Bogmarsh.
Bogmarsh. Sorry, Jesus.
You're so right.
I would say you would know that there is in that continent, but not necessarily specifically like
Exactly
what
where.
towns do or don't have it. Yeah, there is a presence of adventurance in kind
There?
of essentially
Okay.
all continents. That
She's not going to panic yet.
about the crack.
Mhm.
I mean, you can look inside and see if he's fine.
He's not in the box.
Oh, okay, yeah,
He's out.
That's right. Yeah. So,
Can I talk yet?
no, you got like 2 minutes. So, what do you get for yelling in the library?
Are we? I overreacted a little bit. Maybe. Yeah, no, I did.
You
Those
think?
pages were
Did you
blank.
overreact, or do you have something you're trying to hide that could potentially kill all of us, and you're not even
It's not-
considering
it's a
the greater
book.
impact of this?
It's a book.
If it's a book, you wouldn't be worried about its
A
impact to
book?
everybody. Shut up, Lukiel.
Did you just impersonate me?
Yes, I do
kinda
a very
did.
good job of it, by the way.
Book.
Whoa.
Can I help you?
Okay, let's not insult people's character.
Literally.
But it was a bit concerning.
Yeah, we're all gonna need to calm down.
Like you said, it's just a book. So what's the issue?
It has a lot of meaning, and I
Then communicate. You want to stay as part of this? You need to communicate. Yes, just like I stepped outside with Lukiel, and I shared with him why me teaching him how to use a bow is a big deal for me. Yes, it's a private conversation. It's a private matter. This matter concerns Eliana, and you were intentionally trying to keep it away from her.
Oh. Yeah, I kind of figured a little bit, but
For audience context, Verity just signed boss while Ira was talking.
And Ira is in a heightened emotional state and saw it but didn't clock it.
Or didn't care. Can Dawn talk yet? Because if she can't,
Sure.
she is
Yes,
stomping her feet and
You're-
waving her arms around.
You can talk.
She's. I imagine that she's like trying to talk this entire time, and then like finally one of the words like actually comes out. and
Yeah.
she's like, "Get out of here!" Oh,
whoa.
sorry.
Are we done here? Should we go outside?
Should we? What's
Because
happening?
honestly, kind of fighting Verity right now sounds like a really good time.
Oh my god, let's go outside. And she just takes
What
Ira's
happened? You were very
hand.
quiet for a while there,
I know,
Dawn.
it was awful. I hated it. Can we get out of this place now? I'm done.
Hey.
Fine by me.
Dawn just at that she just takes Ira's arm and is like, "Yeah, you want to get out? Let's go." I can't.
Okay. So Dawn and Ira leave the library.
Let's take this argument somewhere else.
Jax follows.
Some place we can fight.
Verity follows Eliana.
Place we can
Verity and
speak
Eliana
loudly.
follow with, I would assume, Lukiel.
Yeah.
You all head outside the library. Back
I know-
into the street.
I know it's hard to talk about it because, like, they punish you for anything, but it's hard to solve the problem when you don't talk about the problem.
I can't talk about the problem because for the exact reasons that you just said.
Are we talking about your? And then she signs
Yeah.
for boss. What's boss again? Do the sign.
It's like a C and then you close it
That's
twice.
right. And then here is. I listen. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm listening. Hard to do with the headphones on, but
Cool. I was just curious.
Continue. I wonder if there's a way to, like, sever the connection temporarily.
Why is the book
With the-
blank?
with the coin.
For us, but not for you. Because clearly you can see it.
feel like you
I
can tell
don't
us.
actually have an answer for that, and I'm being genuine.
By the way, what book?
The book,
The book in Verity.
No, yeah, I guess I would have
she was-
seen
Verity
Yeah,
pulls
you,
it out
you,
of
you would
her.
have. You would have
seen it before I went silent.
Yeah,
she went back in
She
the
pulls-
library back in.
Yeah, Verity pulls
Bond.
the book out.
of her like satchel. Yeah,
Does Dawn see anything on it?
no.
I feel really weird that I can't, like, do any magic stuff to look at it.
Can you do me a favor, dear?
Oh, but you probably could.
Sure.
Can you? Probably won't work. But if you're in a tiefling form, can you see the book?
I can try.
Good try.
Ooh.
And he shifts into like this like dark blue tiefling,
Verity hasn't seen this before.
and
Oh, she has
Oh, he hasn't changed in front of
no.
Verity.
not too much. No, yeah. And the dark blue tiefling, kind of like this kind of like sapphire light blue kind of eyes with like the black kind of instead of the white in an eyeball normally. Kind of this like kind of curved horn kind of thing on, and he looks at the book in
Verity just holds it like,
Verity's hand and sees nothing. He's like, I don't see anything.
It's better than nothing. Better than not trying.
Yep, that is definitely related to your thing.
And he shifts back.
Thanks.
By the way, let's not. Whenever my family
Yeah.
is around, can we not bring it up because they don't know? And I'd much rather them never find out about it.
Are you have a boss?
No, that she has an ex whatever.
Your family doesn't know you were involved with a vampire?
Or had
That-
relations with another person.
Are we talking about?
Yeah, like
Those are two totally different.
we're talking about the
people.
same things.
Are we?
Are we talking about the book? What
book
are you
or the
talking
boy?
about?
You were talking about
They're not connected?
boy.
Are they connected?
I was. No, we.
Boss.
Ammar is not my boss. Two very different.
At least he isn't anymore.
They get like this sometimes.
says that.
Verity just looks at you and just like, Don, I have never wanted to fight you more than I have in this. Both of you. I'm gonna.
Come on, step into the ring.
Do it.
Step into the
Divine smite your ass.
ring. I don't know what that is, but I have weapons.
I'm really trying to be understanding, but it's very hard when
You don't understand?
it's hard to figure out how to help you.
When you're unwilling of help.
Well,
I think that we should.
it is when you are in a little abusive, situation. Like, I get it. It's the same with.
I think we should wrap her up in a bunch of blankets and pillows, and I can grapple her, and then you can talk about it.
If you want to. Oh, you weren't there. What?
For what? Remember the last time you talked about him and your head flew back and you broke your skull open?
Verity's thinking back to the
Tongue?
tongue, to the toads or the undead.
The path
Yeah.
heading into Hollow Hills.
Trust me, honey, you don't want to grapple me. It would very much hurt you more than it would
Oh,
hurt
yeah.
me.
Well, I'm a glutton for pain, so let me know when you want to take my idea.
Alrighty then. I'd much rather not. And I'd rather not talk about Ammar anytime right now, especially. Oh, I did say that. Nope, we're not. We're going to move on. All right, let's move on.
Well, I do still need to speak to him before we leave town tomorrow night, so.
Do we have to?
I have to. You don't have to, but I need to.
She's like an emissary, kind of.
Yep.
What time of day is it currently?
Yeah.
It's very early afternoon.
I mean,
Oh, shoot.
I can try and find a way to reach him.
Isn't he normally at the tavern tonight? We don't leave till tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to be at the tavern with his new, role and all.
He was there the other night.
Lukeel's gonna improvise and suggest, "Hey, what if we checked out the tavern that Ira was talking about? Because yeah, she's right. We don't leave until tomorrow. So
So we're just going to stay there the entire day?
I mean, we don't not obviously not because me and Jack still have to go back to the blacksmith.
I
But-
genuinely would rather jump off a cliff than spend my entire day with Verity right now. So I might just go somewhere else.
It was just a suggestion. It wasn't like we had to do it.
I'd love to go with you and Jax to the place though.
That's also cool.
Yeah.
I think that would be neat.
Need some
Lukeel's
space
just
from-
trying to bring
Diffuse.
the fire of this.
I do need some space from the one that
Heightened-
wants help but is refusing it.
Yeah. Lukeel's
So-
like, hey, why don't we just all chill out and kind of just not,
John will go to the tavern and sit and wait for Ammar all day.
And drink some beer.
Well, Dawn, you don't have to do that.
Wasn't-
You can come with us if you want. It's up to
I
you.
mean, as a sacrifice I am willing to make.
What kind of sacrifice? We're just going to. What do you mean?
No, staying at the tavern by myself.
But why would you want to do that?
To
So
drink.
she can drink beer all day,
Oh my
Lukeal.
gosh, Dawn.
There is a comedian waiting to be heard at that tavern, and
Really?
unfortunately, he doesn't have a voice unless it is heard. And I am willing. So move along, people.
If we want.
Lukeel's gonna influence Dawn to not do that because that doesn't sound like a great idea.
Does that not sound like a great idea? That sounds like an amazing idea.
No, Lukeel doesn't think so.
I mean, if you need space, I can go with Verity and run some errands.
Dawn, you remember the last time you got drunk?
Yeah, I remember the last
Probably not.
400 times I got drunk.
Exactly. So might not be a great idea. Got to be able to recollect these events here today. We got to be able to remember this stuff. So
Maybe you can get her to actually accept the help that she's asking for.
It's hard.
Oh.
Well, you know how I was with the whole thing. I didn't want to tell anyone
That's
about it.
why I think you're the best one equipped to have that conversation.
Yeah. Do you want to go to... I need to get, like, some gardening tools.
Yeah, we can go somewhere for
Okay.
those.
Cool.
I need to go find some, I guess, sending stones.
Jack says, "This is fucking depressing even for me."
Let's see here.
So are we gonna go to the blacksmith then? And get these things?
Oh, Verity, you don't need sending stones because I can actually cast sending. So you just gotta let me know who you're wanting to send the message to.
Did you fully meet Ammar, though?
Don't have to.
He technically just needs to have seen or
I love how you
encountered
said
this
that.
person. So technically, Lukiel is not wrong.
Yeah. So
You said that with such confidence.
you didn't gotta waste your money. I can.
Damn.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We're friends, right? Come on. We're all traveling together. We're all doing this together.
You wanna hold on? So you wanna be a go-between? Oh, no, that sounds so.
I'm just
wrong.
trying to help you. That's all I'm trying to do. So
I would like Lukiel to make a insight check, and I would like Verity to either roll for perception or persuasion.
definitely
You do
not
not
gonna
have to
use
say
this
which. Just tell me what number.
Deception or persuasion?
Perception or persuasion. Yeah, sorry.
with what you said, guidance. Okay. Well, I use my new D4 so I can see it well. You said insight.
Insight. Yes.
Okay. Oh, huh. Plus 2 plus.
The bard versus the rogue.
14.
14.
9 plus 2, so that's 11 plus 4,
15.
15.
Okay. So you gather from her body language
They just high-fived.
and kind of demeanor. It's almost as if Verity wanted something to communicate with him directly for her own purposes.
Is that what I've...
That's what
I
you kind of
alluded her demeanor
discern.
to?
Yeah.
Okay, huh.
It's almost like, oh, sure. Instead of getting one of those responses, you're kind of like...
What seems to be the issue here?
So inquisitive today, Lukiel.
It feels weird.
Why does it feel weird?
I guess you never talked to him directly, so he'd be, like, confused as to why there's some random person reaching out.
Gonna
So,
try to make it
and?
work long distance?
Yeah, what is this about? Are we
No.
trying to keep
No.
secrets?
It's-
What is all this?
Jack gets a dirty 20 on insight as well.
Love where this is going.
She probably wants one because the same reason Ira has the Scrending Stone. So it's probably to kind of like talk, kind of like have little conversations and like.
Yeah, so you want to go long distance.
I don't
You
know.
saw
wa-
him
I-
and you
I-
melted.
So
I do not want to go long distance. He is annoying as hell.
oh, really? And so Lukiel looks to Jackson. So he's like, so this is essentially messages that are going to lead to an event that they're going to just have to explain later, anyways.
They may just want to have like this private conversations. And he kind of like nudges Lukiel with his elbow.
Please tell me he winks.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those like.
Verity just starts walking away. She just starts walking away. I'm just tired of this.
Hey, we're all friends here. We are not.
No, and Jax is like, no, come on, let's go to the blacksmith. And he kind of like pats you like on your wings, and he's like, I'll tell you when you're older. And he like as you guys head off back to the blacksmith.
I kind of like cut a look at Ira and Dawn. I'm like,
Oh no, I left with Jackson, Lukiel.
God, I don't want to shove Jax because I can shove, but I don't want to shove.
Dawn, what
You
do
would
Hey,
lose.
no, hey,
I'm gonna
you can certainly try.
shove
No,
him.
come on, let's
Shove.
go. I think this will be interesting.
so
No,
bad.
I'm retconning the shove. I'm not shoving.
'Cause
Do it.
As a monk, I can also use topple.
Not
So
shoving.
let's
I'm
go.
not shoving. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. So I'm just trying to exercise my actions.
No, you're good. Eliana cuts a look at Dawn, who
I'm gonna go over to. I'm gonna follow Verity. Are you? Where are you?
If you could dream any, when did you?
Where are you going?
I'll come with you guys.
Okay.
As
Oh,
long
so
as
you're
we-
going with Verity
Oh,
and Eliana.
yeah, I thought you were coming with us. Thought I said you're more than welcome.
Did you want me to?
If you wanted to.
She didn't make a decision.
Yeah, she didn't.
Did you assume that she was gonna come with you?
No.
You just said you thought she was coming with you.
Let me roll for it.
Well, she
'cause
did
I have no idea.
she did express a bit of interest in it briefly.
In the blacksmith, yeah.
So,
That's true. That's
yeah.
I have no idea what I wanted at the
I
blacksmith.
feel like this assumption was a bit fair.
Even, you guys, odds, you guys. Even.
Okay.
Going
Girls'
Verity.
Day.
Okay. So Jax, Ira, and Lukiel head off back to the blacksmith.
Cool.
Dawn, Eliana try and kind of run off and catch up with Verity.
Lukiel shoots a glance at Verity and goes, "You guys have fun." And winks at her. Just know that I could still help you, by the way.
Damn.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll remember this. Anyways.
As the party splits off into threes and head off into the village of Beville, it's threes, 3 and 3. Because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
2 groups of 3. He said it in a weird way.
Yeah, I thought, I see. In groups of, I see.
In threes, into the village of Beville, to procure various things and find some more answers. This is where we're going to end in this episode.
Damn, we accomplished so much, guys.
Hey, look, there's a
Yeah.
lot of lore. There's a lot of good things.
A lot of lore.
Thank you so much for joining us at Off the Beaten Quest. And as always, catch us in the next episode. Thank you. Big shouts to Page Bard, as always. We will all see you in the next episode.
Bye.
My name is Justin Fussell. I am the game master for Off the Beaten Quest. Outside of being the game master, I do a lot of writing, world building, filmmaking. Me and my wife, we run Imagistorm Productions together. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun just incorporating a lot of the world building and writing that I do into this, building this campaign overall. It's been really interesting to kind of take the filmmaking background and kind of apply it to being a game master, because essentially a lot of like the players are the actors and you're setting scenes and you kind of just let them freeform in the space versus just any like preconceived dialogue. So it's a lot of fun just to kind of see, you put the situations in their hands and just kind of see what they come up with. I enjoy playing D&D with this group because they're like my found family. It's been, I love everybody that sits at this table. It's been a lot of fun to just be able to kind of build this world with them together. A lot of the way I incorporate this with a lot of the players and the story and stuff has been a lot of collaboration, seeing how their stories intertwine with what I have planned and vice versa. It's going to be a very interesting to see how the people receive everybody. Everybody's got its own different flair, and the way that this team is made up of very colorful characters, I think everybody's going to love them. They're going to find something to laugh with and have fun with, and it's going to be really good. In the campaign, I play a lot of the different NPCs, of course, but the main one that I play is Jax. He's a fighter monk druid, and he came from a tribe of changelings that existed in the Fey realm and kind of had some backstories with different things and different interconnected characters. He's become a love interest and boyfriend of Ira's character. And if you want to know more about Jax's backstory and kind of how it's interconnected with the whole story, you can always check out the prologue. I chose to do a homebrew setting versus an existing campaign just because it was something where I could kind of really just expand and create a universe. I wanted to have something that I can build upon. I honestly like to be able to throw twists and stuff at the players. I think that's the biggest thing I think is really fun. There's a lot of ideas of what's going to happen, where things are going to go. Just as much as they can improv in a setting, I can do the same, and it kind of allows for a lot of really good back and forth. Definitely, if you've checked the prologue, the there's some things that happen in episode 62 that is a little bit of an Easter egg that even the players haven't figured out yet, which has been really nice. But it's going to come back around eventually, and it's going to be a really big aha moment. But I think that's one of the biggest things to look out for. It'll be a very blink and you'll miss it kind of moment. But other than that, just being really on the lookout for a lot of just the backstory and the things that how this is going to be building up to as we get into the next arc of the campaign. So they can find us on any of the major podcasting platforms, as well as our social medias and Twitch and our YouTube.
My name is Allie Goodell, and I am part of the filmmaking team on this podcast. I record all of the video for the intro, for us playing, things like that. I went to college for film, and I'm actually very interested in getting to do more with that. So this is a really good experience for me to start experimenting with my film cameras and all the equipment that I have. I feel like at first, when I started with this project, there was a lot of push and pull because I, as a person, like to hover and be involved with everything. So trying to work as a team has been very much a learning experience and learning when to step back and put myself in. So it's been interesting figuring out the dynamic, but I'm having a really good time, and learning how to do this all for the first time, really putting together a podcast, has been fun and interesting. I really like playing D&D with this group because it's not just playing D&D. I feel like I'm part of a big family. Every time that we play, we have a dinner together and we kind of just hang out a little bit, and we have a little break session and we get little desserts, and it's just like, you know, hanging out with mom and dad and the siblings. Allie F and Justin F are kind of the mom and dad of the group, and I love them so much, and I have a great time with everyone. It just really feels like a family here. I feel like this campaign has very great homebrew essences. I feel like they would love Bountifolia especially. That's one of the most interesting islands we've been to so far. I feel like there's a lot of life to this campaign and the world building, and I think people are going to be very interested in what kinds of different places and NPCs that Justin creates for the campaign. You can find us at offthebeatenquest on all podcast platforms, as well as Twitch and YouTube, and you can also find us on our social medias.
Hi, I'm Allie Fussell. I am doing all of the marketing, project management, keeping everyone on track to get Off the Beaten Quest out into the world. For me, I got to work again with my amazing husband on this project. He is the world builder in this incredible world, so being able to work closely with him to bring his vision out to the world, in addition to being able to collaborate with our friends, it's been such a fun project for me, and also being able to flex all of my skills that I have from my day job in this as well, to push this project out has been a lot of fun. Honestly, one of the things that is the most fun about it is hosting everyone every week. We do play in our home, and one of my favorite things is being able to make dinner and also bake something from scratch for our players every week, and just having that time with them before and during our breaks during sessions as well. And also, these people are friends. They are my closest friends. So being able to have this experience with them, not only just playing the game, but also being able to share it with the world, has been absolutely amazing. I think the audience is going to really enjoy the campaign. It has all of the classic elements of a D&D campaign with our own spin, with our diverse cast of characters. You can find us on all major podcast streaming platforms, in addition to YouTube and Twitch, and all social media, which is linked in the caption right down here.
Hi, my name is Nina Neubauer, and my role with the podcast is to be the personality hire. I am here to be that person, just to be the most and the loudest and the craziest, and I think everyone's okay with it. No one's told me to be quiet yet, so I think it's going well. Outside of being a player, I am currently an assistant manager at a clothing retail store. But in the past, and hopefully again in the future, I have spent a lot of time working for Disney. I've done it in the US, and I've also done it overseas in Japan and China, which has been the most wonderful experience anyone can ever ask for. So fingers crossed I get to continue to do that, and I want to continue to perform in some capacity. It's just finding out what that looks like in the future. What I enjoy most about playing with this group is how serendipitous it was. Because I actually came back to live in the US after living in Japan for a little while, and I unpacked my D&D dice, and I got really emotional that my last campaign had ended, and I was really sad. And so I literally hopped on Facebook and made a post that was like, I'm a fairly new player, I'm really looking for another campaign to join, blah, blah, blah. And I got connected with these guys, with Justin and Allie first. And then it turns out that everyone's wonderful. They're so hospitable. Allie makes dinner all the time, and she always makes a treat. Justin builds this entire homebrewed campaign on his own, so there's a lot of work that's done in the campaign, and you can see it, and it just feels like a wonderful community and family that we get to come together every single week. That, I mean, completely found out of the blue. It feels like it's supposed to be. We all bring something different to the table, which makes for such a good group. And so everybody will have something or someone to relate to. And not only that, but honestly, one of the things that I love about playing D&D is inside jokes. When I do explain D&D to people, I basically am like, it's an improv game of fantasy where we just do a bunch of inside jokes all the time. And that's something I think the listeners will enjoy, is being a part of all of those inside jokes together. You can find Off the Beaten Quest on all major podcasting platforms, including YouTube, including Twitch, and don't forget to follow us on social media.
Hello, my name is Noah Dockery. I am in charge of all of the audio things that you hear in our podcast for Off the Beaten Quest, as far as the processing, mixing, and mastering of all the audio. Outside of being a player, I am a musician. I am a singer-songwriter here in Nashville. I am, working on my own music in my spare time, as well as, networking with other musicians, as well as networking with other enjoyers and consumers of D&D content. This is my first ever dedicated audio project, as far as, something that's outside of music. It's my first time involving myself with sort of this like podcast format, if you will. It's a little bit different. Some of that stuff that I've learned with editing and recording music is very much applicable to this scenario, but some stuff is a little bit, or has been a little bit unexpected, but not anything that I haven't been able to tackle. So all in all, it's been a lot of fun to kind of engage myself with something new. And it just kind of helps me to further my horizons, and knowing that, I can expand beyond just one sort of medium of content creation. So for me, what I enjoy most about playing D&D with this group, honestly, is that this is my first ever D&D group that I have been a part of, and it is my first time experiencing what it is like to be a part of a campaign ever. So this is all pretty much brand new to me. It is all, things that I've not really been exposed to before. I think that everyone that is involved, as far as all of our party members and all the characters and NPCs and the whole story just in general, is pretty captivating and pretty engaging. It is very unique, but it is also uniquely cohesive as well. So you can find us at Off the Beaten Quest on our YouTube channel, as well as our Twitch channel. You can find the podcast on all major podcasting platforms, and you can find our socials at the links provided in the caption below.
Hello, my name is Sarah Matlack. I'm kind of a flex role, and so I kind of jump from task to task. Just wherever people need me, I'm there. It's been a lot of fun getting to work with everyone from various different backgrounds and personalities too. Getting to come together and create something magical, I feel like, is rare nowadays, especially with this much inspiration that just comes from each other, and we get to kind of almost feed off of each other and kind of help each other out in that way, which is a lot of fun. I love the bits and how they keep circling back with basically every session. There's a couple that Lukiel and Dawn do throughout the sessions, and the bits, just the absolute laughter that comes with this group is what keeps me coming back. I think they're gonna have an absolute blast. Again, going back to the bits and the total chaos that comes from this group, it honestly surprises me every time, which is hard to do. You can find us on all major podcasting platforms, including our Twitch, YouTube, and other social medias.
All right, welcome back to Off the Beaten Quest. This is part 2 of session 67. Piquing interests. There is lots of D&D podcasts out there. You chose this one to tune back into, and you're not going to regret it. Lots of things have happened since our last part. There's a lot of information dropped, lots of lore, lots of things of the players catching each other up on different things that they probably should have talked about a long time ago, but they didn't. So we talked about it last time. And yeah, it led to a lot of things. A lot of things escalated. There's a lot of conflict. So much so that the party decided to split up into 2 different groups of 3 and head off into Beville to kind of run various different errands and just kind of take care of different things. So without further ado, we are going to jump right back into it. So, we will start with Dawn, Eliana, and Verity. Where are you heading? Where are you heading, guys? What do you guys want to do?
I have no idea.
Can I make a history check to see where I would know to get gardening tools for Eliana?
Sure. Go ahead and roll that history check.
Let's see what my history is. That would be a 19.
With a 19, you would know that you could potentially either go to the Wishing Wave Market, where there's a lot of different stalls and different things there, or you could potentially go to Karen's Cove Apothecary, since there's a lot of different herbs and things there. They could potentially have something similar to cultivate those. Just kind of depends on what you guys want to do.
Okay. Verity gets to a point where she's walking, then she kind of stops and turns around and goes, "Alrighty, well, we can go to the market for your garden tools, or we can go to an apothecary. It's up to you, really."
We could try the apothecary first, since I didn't get to go to that one before.
Alrighty. Don, you cool with that?
I have no opinion.
Okay.
Cool. The apothecary we go. I might be able to pick up some things while I'm there as well.
Okay. So you venture through the town. You eventually get through to kind of the more of the businessy kind of parts of Beville. The apothecary is a square building with ivy-covered walls and kind of a thatched roof with this kind of forest leaves kind of in the thatching. You can smell as you get close to it. There's a lot of fresh herbs that are kind of wafting through the air. Lots of different jars of vibrant plants kind of lining the windows. As you approach, there's a sign that says Karen's Cove Apothecary. There's kind of a herb symbol with a little bit of a wave almost next to it. So as you enter inside, you see different shelves brimming with enchanted herbs, dried plants, different potions, ingredients. There is an alcove kind of dedicated to magical salves and potions, kind of in a lot of glass vials and crystal bottles. They kind of have little tagged with little handwritten notes and things like that. And then there's a counter with some a glass case kind of behind the counter where you see a high elf with silver hair standing there. There's a small, a shorter kind of wood elf that is off in the distance, kind of further into the shop, kind of stocking some shelves or kind of fixing some things up. Yeah. How do you proceed?
I'm gonna go up to the register.
Okay.
The register. Hello. I was wondering if you guys have any gardening tools, any shovels, hoes.
Yes. Here at Karen's Cove Apothecary, we can facilitate a lot of those needs. It just depends on what type of herbs you're growing, what kind of things you want to grow with them. There's kind of different range of tools as far as that concerned. Or do you just want a simple gardening kit? I guess that could be for a lot of things, but there would be probably some generic tools and...
Gardening kit would be very helpful.
Yes, it's off to the side. You'll see some different kind of pots and plants and things like that, and there'll be some kits of, like boxes with tool kits kind of off in that distance, kind of over there. Finnick, show them to the gardening tools, please. He goes, yes, right away, ma'am. And come with me. Come this way.
Okay. I want to go off with Eliana.
Going off with Eliana,
Yeah,
okay.
follow her.
Verity's kind of gonna stay back a little bit.
Okay. And she says, what can I do for you? Do you need something different?
Yes. I was wondering. We got some nasty little boogers in our garden, and I was wondering if you had any white snake root.
Let me see. And she kind of turns to the case, like, behind her, and she's, like, looking at a few different things. She's kind of like, well, yeah, I think... And she kind of takes off a small jar and says, I don't have a lot. I have a little bit. I guess that'll just... since it's not a high amount, I'll just only ask for about 5 silver. I'm not going to kind of steep price on it.
Fine by me.
All right. Is there anything else you need? And go ahead and roll a perception check for me, please.
I see your tab, Sarah. Don't think I don't.
You don't see nothing. 25.
25. You see that in this glass case that's behind her, it's a lot of different, like, of course, like specific herbs and different, like, kind of exotic things that are in corked jars and stuff like that. And you see that there is a small wooden box with a glass kind of windowed top. And inside are 2, I want to say it's like, what's it called? There's, you see a lot of Native American jewelry. They're like this like blue kind of, it's like this light blue kind of like mineral or rock. I don't know why it's
like turquoise?
Turquoise, sorry. I don't know why I was having such a brain fart on that one. Turquoise.
Yeah.
They look like almost like turquoise stones. And there is kind of some like runic shape on the top of them. Make an Arcana check for me, please.
Son of a... 6.
6. You're not familiar with too much like schools of different like kind of magic, but this is a sort of at least a divination symbol. There's like kind of like a tell between different symbols of different schools of magic, and you can kind of tell that this is a little bit of a divination kind of sense to it.
If you don't mind me asking, what's in that box over there, the turquoise?
Yes, I traded this one with a hobgoblin that needed to come in and get some specific herbs to heal his warband, and I was able to trade him for this single set of sending stones. They do come at a bit of a steep price, but if you're interested, I can potentially assist. But again, it's going to be a bit of a steep price, so it just depends on what you're willing to pay, I suppose.
Okay. Well, how much would you put it at?
So I know the average going prices are pretty expensive on these, but since I got them kind of through a trade, and we don't really carry this sort of thing here. We kind of specialize in a lot of different things, so I've been kind of sitting on them for a while. And not many people need that kind of thing around here. So I'll give it to you at a bit of a bargain. I'll just do 50 gold for the pair. Again, I know these can go pretty pricey, so I'm just trying to make sure that you get them at a good price.
What about we go down a little bit to 40? 20 for each?
Dawn's ears have perked up because she hears some bargaining happening. Loves it. She's lightly listening.
Roll a
And
persuasion check.
So happy when she heard that because she was about to step in, but then she heard her say go down to 40 and happy.
You said persuasion?
Yeah.
17?
17. Let me see. I suppose I could be inclined to sell them at that price. You know what? You look like a trustworthy lot. And so she gets them out of the case behind her, and she kind of sets them on the counter. And she says, "Yeah, I'll do the 40 gold." And so she kind of like holds her hand out.
Verity's gonna take it and then hand her the gold.
All right, pleasure doing business with you. I needed that room on the shelf anyway. And so she kind of like opens like a lockbox behind the counter and kind of puts them in the box. She says, "Is there anything else I can get for you?"
Not for me, but I guess I'll go over with my friends over there.
Oh yeah, let me know if you need anything else or finding the tools that they were looking for. I'll be up here if you need anything.
All right, thank you.
Do they have any? I'm gonna get a regular garden kit, right?
Yeah.
Do they have any? I don't know if there would be like different tools for this, but like any tools that are like for Feywild soil specifically. I know that's very specific. I don't know if they'd be different or not.
I probably won't have you roll for this one. This would be probably something that, especially given it more of a kind of localistic town that village or that Beville is, they wouldn't have nearly anything close to being that exotic. You may get somewhat luckier in like a weird off tangential shop in like a bigger city, but this is very much more of a small town vibe. This is kind of like a local hardware store compared to like Home Depot, I should say.
Yeah. I'll pick out my gardening kit, and then I'm going to pick up some like starters for like, I'm going to pick up definitely some strawberry starters.
Okay.
Because that's what her family does. They're strawberries specialty. I'm going to get some carrot starters.
Okay.
Some potato starters.
Okay.
Some shrimp starters.
Hey, hey, Dawn, Verity, what kind of
It's from Forrest Gump.
vegetables or fruits you wanna eat?
What do you got? You got, looks down at your hand. Strawberries, carrots, potato. Is that it?
I think so.
What about raspberries?
Ooh, yeah. Okay, one of those if they have it.
Watermelon.
Okay. You know, there's not a lot of sustenance in those, but that's okay. They're tasty.
Watermelon. What else is pink? Radishes. You could get some radishes.
Are peaches pink?
Careful, you guys are starting to branch into territory that they may not have. So.
She said strawberries and carrots and potatoes. And she got watermelon.
Peaches are trees.
Then you're getting to watermelon and like tree starters and stuff, and it's gonna take
Fucking
like
peach tree starter.
Yeah, you want to grow a peach tree? Have fun waiting 20 years
In a box.
So am I able to find carrot, potato, strawberry, raspberry?
and watermelon.
And don't forget about the watermelon.
that one I'm assuming is gonna be harder. So I was just starting with the basics.
Yeah. And radish, you go for the radishes.
Hey,
Radish is pretty common.
That's common.
Yeah, radish
common.
too.
That's common.
Yeah. What do I? How
Give
do
me
how
an
much I find?
investigation
Okay.
check.
Onions. Get some onions.
I'm gonna guide myself while I'm looking around.
I just didn't want you guys getting carried away. Be like, oh, dragon fruit. That'd be great.
I can connect with my
Oh,
dragon
yeah, in a
friend.
coastal mountain town.
Star fruit.
Maybe a durian. You got any durian seeds?
Ooh.
Durian.
My investigation is a
She just
Durian.
opens the
It's a
box
plus
one day and it's
0.
just feet smelling. Be funny.
but it's a 21.
21.
I rolled a
21.
91. On my guidance.
You essentially find all of them except for the watermelon. That's the one that you don't really
Okay.
find.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so bad news. Didn't find any watermelon, but maybe we'll find some elsewhere.
Eggplant.
I also cannot promise any of this is gonna grow, but I'm gonna
Right.
try.
You're just doing your best.
We're using Ira's box to experiment. See if we can grow a garden.
Freezing.
Okay.
I saw her face, so I don't know. Okay, so you take all those like starter little like seed packs and the gardening kit. Yeah.
Do you have any incense here?
Oh yeah, we got some incense. What kind of smells do you need?
Okay. Maybe some I don't know. Maybe some rosemary. Maybe some variety. We'll see. I'm just gonna get incense for spell components.
Okay.
25 gold's worth of incense.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of incense.
Yeah. I know.
So you bring all that stuff up to the counter.
Yes.
And she says, "All right, let's see what you got here, and I will. Yeah, I'll say we'll do 30 gold for the lot.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Do you happen to have any potions?
I don't know if we got any of that.
I'll be in the back. Do you happen to have anything that would like a protection spell or something to deter wild animals from eating people in the middle of the night?
I mean, you can, if you just you're careful right on the nature, you don't need really anything that I have. But I mean, surely a person of your size shouldn't have that kind of a problem.
Yeah, I'm asking for a friend, actually.
What about like protection from some fiends?
Fiends.
I mean, this is a simple apothecary. We got like herbs and stuff like that. We don't really specialize in charms or protection spells, really.
No problem.
Do you have anything that, if it looks to Eliana, could make it?
Make what?
Something that will stop having everybody bully me when I want to go sleep outside.
I mean, if you want protection from predators, you just got to get yourself a jar of bear piss. You'll scare a lot of things away, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Do you happen to have any of that?
I mean, I have a solution.
I surely don't. I'm sorry, I can't really help you there.
I kind of have a solution, but I'd have to wait a day for it.
What is it?
It's one of the things you can watch.
I could turn into a bear. But I don't have that
I
wild.
regret this already.
I don't have that form prepared today. I would have to wait until tomorrow.
Today on Man vs. Wild, I turn into a fucking bear. I'm Bear Grylls.
That's a great idea, Eliana.
Okay, I didn't know if it was
Thank you
too
for
weird.
offering that. No, that's saves me a buck.
Okay.
Oh, is there anything I can help you with? It seems like you guys got it figured out. Whatever that means.
I'm a druid.
I'm good. I
So-
got my jar of piss. I'll be all right.
Explains it.
Oh my god.
I think we're all good here, gang.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming into Karen's Cove Apothecary.
Are you Karen?
No, it's my name is Asmira.
Okay.
Asmira Nightbloom, yeah, and I'm
Ooh.
the manager here. But feel free to come back anytime you can. You need anything from us?
Well, thank you very much.
Finnick needs a raise, and just so you know, they're amazing.
Oh, that one just got a raise, but I appreciate it. And you guys go ahead and leave the apothecary. Meanwhile, Jax, Lukiel, and Ira head back to the Iron Ember smithy. Yes.
On the way, Ira would like to talk to Cole about her request.
With the acorns.
So do you guys speak with animals?
If there is time to, I would love to.
Okay.
Hello, fine scavenger.
Yeah.
Were you able to find any acorns this morning?
I mean, I've been with you the whole time.
No.
Does it look like I've had
we
time
were
to go?
not together the whole time. I went off and investigated a murder.
Well, we've all been busy. It's great that you've been busy. I've been busy too.
It's okay if you haven't had a chance to find any. I mean,
I've got so many hours in a day.
Babe, can you get his attitude in check?
I don't know why I keep switching accents, by the way. This is like unhinged.
I believe in you.
I will get to it when I get to it.
I need you. Oh, okay. Can you get to it
You want the
before?
acorns? You're going to have to be a little less demanding.
Can we get to it before we leave tomorrow night?
It's possible.
Thank you.
I go where he goes. It's no surprise there.
You also have wings.
Yeah? So does he. If you don't tell him to go do stuff.
He could, if he told me where he was going, because he has been hunted before.
Oh, do you trust him to go flying off on his own?
That's not the question at hand.
Oh, is it? No, it's not the question.
Does Arya respond to that whole thing?
I'm an adventurer. I can go do things.
Look at you getting spunky.
Yeah, I got armor. I'm fine. Do you need me to do something?
No, just be cute.
See? You don't ask him to do anything. I have to go off and find you these little acorns. I'm pretty
He
sure
doesn't eat acorns. You know what they are.
you are 1,000 times my size. You could just as easily find acorns on the ground.
I'm not 1,000 times.
Does your eyes
size.
not work? Because my eyes work, and I see that you have eyes, and I think you can find them on the ground too. There are trees everywhere. Why do...
Are there?
Look around. Are you blind?
You're better at it than me.
I don't know about that.
I like the way you do it more. I like the way you
Well, just
hunt
because
acorns
somebody
more.
does it wrong doesn't mean that they can't learn how to do it right. Lead a horse to water. They drink for a day. You teach them to find the water on their own. They drink for a lifetime.
Lukeel's noticing that, like, Cole is, like, he's not using speak with animals. He's just, like, making a fucking big-ass noise. Looks
Well,
over
you hear
here-
me.
Looks over here and is like, what is his problem?
I asked him to find me some acorns because I have this spell that I want to use
Yeah.
that potentially could quiet the voices in Verity's mind, but I need the acorns to be able to try the spell.
Right.
And I asked him to help me find some acorns because, you know, I don't know, we've been doing other things. And now he's giving me attitude.
Because it's stereotypical.
Of course he is.
No, it's not stereotypical.
Oh, what? Because I'm part squirrel, I can find acorns.
Do you care to fire off this bow and arrow? And she
Listen,
like, lifts it
listen,
off.
lady, if you want nuts, you can just ask him.
Oh, jeez.
That felt unnecessary. Small one.
Did he point to Lukeel?
You pointed to Jackson.
Well,
It totally felt necessary for me. A large one.
does Jax not chime in on that? I feel like he would say
He's
something.
like, I'm staying out of this. I have no part of that.
Wow.
Well, this is between you and him. I don't,
Never mind.
Lukeel's not even gonna he's not even gonna cast speak with animals. He's just gonna be like, he's gonna go up to Cole and be like, hey, I don't know what you're saying. Can you just like do what she wants you to do?
He can't understand you.
I know. That's oh.
You have to cast speak with animals for him to understand you too.
Well, looks like I'm casting speak with animals.
Okay, and then you say that?
I say, okay, because now I can understand him and he can understand me. Hey, what are you making a big noise about? What's going on?
Oh, she thinks just because I have wings that I can just find nuts anywhere. You've got wings. Why don't you go find the nuts?
Well, you're also part squirrel, so put
Stereotypical.
Yeah, put two and two
All
together.
of you people are just stereotyping me this entire time. Just because I have part squirrel, you have part wings. Do I need to stereotype you?
As
Do I
someone
think
that can
you eat
fly,
seeds off the ground?
he's not a bird.
And I am not a squirrel.
You're half.
So, that means nothing.
More than me.
Okay. What's your point?
So,
There's a lot of stereotypes being thrown around, and I do not appreciate it.
does being half bat also mean nothing?
Exactly. You think I'm blind? I can see that you both have eyes, and you can find your own nuts.
Is that why you're so loud? You use sonar to see where you're going because your eyesight isn't that great?
My ears are just fine as well. And I can hear a lot of nonsense coming out of the two of you.
Why don't you try and offer him something? I know I'm not there.
No.
Just like this, bickering is better!
Is there something that you want or need?
No. I would appreciate a little respect. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Because my pandering earlier today wasn't enough for you. That's fine. It's all right. How close are we to the
That is
blacksmith?
expected for a creature as great as I am.
How close are we to the blacksmith? Maybe we can makeshift a muzzle.
Damn.
Oh, that wouldn't be.
You okay?
Would that be Arcana?
What?
No, that would not be Arcana.
For what?
To like perceive how far away we are from the.
You guys are you're like approaching it essentially. Yeah, you're like almost on the out, like getting to the building itself.
They're probably like 50, 60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you approach the Iron Ember smithy. You can smell kind of like the smell of like the forge in the air as you guys get close.
And you hear the dink.
Yep.
Of the
So you enter into the Iron Ember smithy, and like the bell, it kind of like rings as you open the door, and the dwarven smith kind of comes out from the back and says, "Oh, lad, you're back. Oh, it's been some time. Yeah, I got the thing that you needed to make for your friend there. Are you picking it up? Is that what you're here for? Yeah.
Yeah, that's we.
Okay, I wasn't sure you weren't gonna if you weren't speaking, so I wasn't sure if you heard me.
You didn't give him space to speak, sir.
Oh, I gave him a few seconds. There's a bit of a little delay, I think.
We are here to pick up. I almost said it, and I'm so glad I did not say it. The rings for the fingers.
Yeah, I did what you asked. I welded them together. I did a bit of a modification to it.
Okay.
So your friend can still use his fingers. I made it so that they can fuse and unfuse. Probably be more versatile that way.
Okay.
The magic, the forge, the magic in it, I kind of infused it so you can kind of do either or with it.
That's pretty cool. It's very, very intuitive, I would say. So, thank you.
Yeah, I called them the knuckle dusters.
Okay.
And you see he kind of like holds out this combination of, there's like kind of two sets of 4 kind of adamantium rings. And he says, "Here, try them on for a size." And as Jax puts them on each of his fingers, you can kind of see, they kind of like almost like form to the size of his fingers. They kind of like shrink or enlarge, however they kind of go on his fingers. And he says, "All right, close your fingers and give it a good tight squeeze." And as Jax closes one of his hands, and then you see they like fuse like across in like the bar shape, and they kind of like almost as like this like solidify thing as they kind of like fuse together.
Right.
And Jax kind of like holds him out, and he kind of gives a couple jabs in the air. So a feat like this is gonna wasn't kind of easy. It was quick because it wasn't a lot of material, and given the size and scope of the project. But I will say it's gonna, with materials and everything, adamantium's not cheap. It's not cheap. I'm gonna need 50 gold. It'll be 50 gold for the pair, so it's not gonna be per things, but it's custom work doesn't come cheap, and my skills are top tier, mate.
Dear, do you want to test him out?
He's sure, and he what can I hit? He says, well, don't break anything in here, mate, because if you break it, you're going to be paying for it. He says, well, do you have, like a test dummy or something? He said, all right, hold on a second. And he says, Rosa, bring out the test dummy. And
Okay.
you see kind of this like fire genasi kind of wheeling this like kind of like wooden spoked thing kind of like out the back. She's kind of like got like soot and stuff across her face and like the same like kind of blacksmith kind of apron with some tools kind of in the pockets. And she says, hold your horses, mate. I'm bringing it out. And kind of like wheels it into like the main kind of open area. And the dwarf says, all right, I'll give it a go if you want. And so Jax kind of like takes a fighting stance and he like hits a couple times and you see it's like on the second swing with his hand, his tattoo glows too. And it cracks it completely in half. And like the test dummy like breaks at the post and like falls like to the ground, almost like kind of like in a backward like kind of jet. He says, Jesus, mate, you broke it. I told you if you break it, you buy it. You're lucky it's just a couple pieces of wood. Rosie, you're going to have to rebuild this or make a new one. He says, Jesus Christ. And she like picks up the pieces and walks it to the back of the blacksmith. I said, there, are you satisfied? Are you? So, again, I said it's 50 gold.
Ira slides 5 gold to you for the cost of the dummy.
Oh.
So you can hand him just 55. But just hand him 50. It better be 55.
So I'm giving you 50.
You're just taking 58 gold out of your inventory to give
Yeah.
to the smith.
50 gold.
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Well, my hand's in the 50 gold and
All right, it's appreciated. Have you had a chance to test out your bow?
no.
Do you want me to show you real
Or is
quick?
there something wrong with it?
Do you want me to give it a go real quick? To let you know if it works or not.
Oh, hey, don't shoot that in here. You're going to take an eye out.
No shot, bro.
That's what I said. Don't shoot it in here. No shot in the building.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to look your hands, you're at the short bow.
She goes out. Is there like a hay bale or something in the vicinity somewhere?
I mean, there's probably some in the streets. I don't have any hay bales in here.
Asking DM, is there a hay bale or something?
I mean, you could probably knock it into like a tree or something, or
I just don't picture trees in this place for some reason. My mind's eye does not see trees.
There's like a forest like near the village.
I don't see it in the village, so I don't see them in the village. In my mind's eye.
There'd probably be an occasional tree. Like, it's not barren. But yeah. So do you go outside to do all that?
I'm not
Okay.
going to shoot an arrow in a business.
That's right. You're not going to shoot it in here. Oh, thank you for your patronage. Come again anytime. The Iron Ember Smithy is always at your service. And so you leave the smithy and head out into the village. And there is like some kind of like hay bales every so often, some places kind of like where you would see like horses kind of like brought to like post and like tied to the post and stuff like that.
I'm going to find one where there's not a horse.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll for the attack.
What's the DC bonus? Because for a fixus, it's a plus 12.
That's your proficiency with the bow. So you just roll, you add your plus 12 to it.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about his proficiency.
Well, it's a natural 1.
welp.
Does the string snap?
Should I roll?
Because she's testing like the efficacy of the weapon.
So
Not her like.
you will take
aim.
1 point of damage because you like pull the string back to fire the arrow and it like you like release it in the wrong way and it like slaps the side of your arm.
Oh,
So it's
God.
like kind of like
the bowstring would have like hit her arm, but
that's what I mean. It hits like
okay.
it hits your arm a little bit. And you're like, shit, But that's the arrow doesn't like fire. It just kind of like falls to the ground and like fumbles.
Okay, she tries again.
Okay.
Maybe it was me.
Does she curse at all?
I don't
What
know.
is this piece of shit?
24.
Yeah, and so then it like hits the hay bale with a good speed, and you as Ira would feel like it's a very good stable like
It's
flexible
fine.
wood. It's you fired like more I guess I don't say this to diminish the bow. You fired more sophisticated bows, given the fact that you have a
I have
God blessed weapon.
yeah.
But this for somebody who's starting out getting into archery and
It's a
or
good-
using it as a weapon
yeah.
of in that capacity would
It's a good start
it'd
for
be
him.
good. It's a sturdy wood. It has like a nice pullback, good speed when it's firing, so the tension is nice. Again, like it's carved, it's very well made. Like so,
Don't. She goes to hand it back to Lukiel. Just don't rush your shots.
Meaning, what do you mean?
Don't just knock and release.
don't prematurely shoot it.
Like, make sure that you take a chance, take a second, take a
Okay.
breath. Because if you just like the first one I did, and then I did this, and she holds up her arm, and there's like a little bit of
Oh,
blood.
gosh.
So my bow's different. It's a little more attuned to how I prefer. But for your use, this is a solid weapon.
Cool.
Here you go. Hands it back.
Thanks. Thank you for testing that. I have a little bit more trust in you because you've been doing that a lot longer than I have, so. And then yeah.
Okay. Where are the three of you headed off to next?
Oh,
What time is
man.
it? Still
I would
early
say
afternoon?
it's given the time, the walk, it's kind of getting closer to like I guess the equivalency of like 4:30, 5 o'clock ish.
I'm getting kind of hungry.
I wonder if Broseph is at the tavern.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be
We
convenient.
were looking for Ammar. Who's Broseph?
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. I can fucking stir this pot with a big
Do it.
spoon.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
Fucking
it. Do
do
it.
it.
Do it.
Fucking
Do it.
ready
Do
for
it.
this
oh my
shit?
god, bro.
Ready for this? Ready for this?
Do it. 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 Do it.
Clutch.
Sending at the 3rd level. Let's go.
Do it.
So Ammar has been described to me.
You've
No,
physically
you've seen him.
Yeah.
Oh, well
so you
then-
know what he looks like.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay. So 25 words on the clock. Or no. Yeah, no, sending works that way. Yeah.
25.
25
Yep.
words on the clock.
What are we saying?
So, okay, let me.
Close fist. Because since he's already said 5 words,
What?
he was doing this.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Can you just say that Verity's friends would like to meet him at the tavern this evening?
I'm gonna make it a little bit more. A
Oh,
little bit more personal than that.
Let's
Oh.
do it. Hit me.
let's go.
Hey, Ammar. Verity is away right now. But are you at the tavern?
Can we meet?
I was wondering if we could possibly have a little chit chat. That's 25.
Not the chit chat.
Is it 25 or 20?
That's 25.
That's
25.
25.
You know, I know, but I didn't know if you said 25 or 20 words. I was like counting. I think you have like 5 more to go, I think.
It said, hey, Ammar. Verity is...
I mean, we can go with it. We don't need to like...
Yeah,
just go with
that's
it.
fine. That's close
Um,
enough. Close enough. Got the
You
point.
don't have to use all the words.
Yeah.
Got
so
the message across.
So you send this message out into the ether. And I think unless it's with a sending stone, you can't. The person can't respond.
Yeah, they can.
Okay. So a few minutes passes by as you kind of like sent this out, and
Do I have to like roll for this?
no.
Okay.
And you hear kind of faintly as it kind of like rings back into your. Who is this?
Do I have to cast sending again to send an...
Well, if you're a friend of Verity's, I guess we can talk. I hope she didn't go away again. Is she coming? And then that's it.
Okay.
Do you tell us that?
Yes.
I mean, she'll probably meet us at the tavern later for dinner, so the answer is not no.
You would have you would have to cast sending again to send another message.
Fuck,
but
man, really? Is there a chance we're gonna get a long rest?
you don't have to do another one. You can just go to the tavern. He already got the gist of what you were saying.
Fair, true.
So,
True.
so you guys are heading to the Glistening Grotto tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Eliana, Dawn, and Verity. You have left the apothecary. Where is your next course of action?
I'm pretty thirsty. Pretty hungry.
Tavern?
What are you gonna do when you meet up with Ira again?
She's probably
Well-
cooled down by now, honestly.
We'll just see. We'll just see. We'll get there when we get there, and I don't.
Should we be worrying about you?
I mean, I wouldn't say so, but
I mean, you were trying to hide things from us.
it was just.
You continuously try and hide things from us.
Honestly, it just showed up on my table when I got home.
So it wasn't in the library.
No.
Oh.
That's all I think I can tell you about it.
Okay. Maybe we can find like a magic place. Not here, obviously. You know, it's a smaller town that has maybe some protection from things. Because I think Ira kind of determined it was not a god, but a fiend.
You immediately reconnect, like you feel like all the plants and things around you.
Whoa! I just
You okay?
Yeah, I just gotta brush the
It's like
fresh
if you
air.
stood up too fast and you're a
Head
little
rush.
dizzy.
Yeah, I just got a little head rush.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick my
You
hand
good?
out. I'm gonna try and form a flower.
It almost almost like a confetti popper, like goes. It's almost like it's a little concentrated for the moment.
Magic's back.
Good.
Whoa, that felt weird. Oh my god! It's like when you have like a heating pad, and then you step outside, and it's like it's off your stomach again.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I can see it.
Dawn doesn't.
You know when you put it's like a fire resistant like
when
packet
you
like
get your
on the
magic
fire.
taken away and then it comes back all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see that.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad it's back.
That was worrisome
Yeah.
for a second there.
Do you guys know what heating pads are? You know how they work?
My cat lays on one.
My mom used to make them actually. She'd suture up like a packet, but it was like a fire resistant packet, and she'd put it on the fireplace, and then it would heat up, and then you take it, and you get like cramps and stuff.
Can't say that I've ever used one. However, I know who I'm coming to next time I'm in pain.
Okay, awesome. Hi, that was Allie G headcanoning what a heating pad in medieval times was. You're welcome.
It was beautiful.
All right, anyway.
I'll allow it.
Should we go have a drink at the tavern in celebration of your magic being back?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Okay.
Dawn like wraps her arms around the two of them, giving them no choice but to go to the tavern.
And a 10-foot tower of a person essentially is like dragging you across the village. So you... Oh, you were going to say something? No. Okay. So you are all three heading back to the Glistening Grotto Tavern. And after a few moments of walking through the village, you essentially... both groups of three essentially kind of almost arrive very similar timing-wise. And are both approaching the tavern towards each other.
Did we know that he was getting knuckles?
No.
Eliana got her magic back.
Yeah. Gabe is crawling around on a desk.
No, he got into DM's chair.
Say it again, Verity.
Eliana got her magic back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it feels good. Feels wrong without it.
Like a poof. Concentrated, you know?
Yeah.
Petals everywhere.
Like a heating pad. Does anybody know what that is? No? I know where my heating pad is. In a mug in the tavern.
Okay. I mean, it's late enough, I guess. It's fine.
You're just stay silent.
She is like staring Luke Heel down to see if he's going to tell them
Okay.
who's
Okay.
on their way.
Oh.
Lukiel, do you say anything?
Would they be... They wouldn't have caught up with us, would they?
Yes, you
Oh
guys
my
are both
gosh.
approaching the tavern at the same time. You guys have
Eliana just
met
told
up
us
at
she got
the-
her magic back.
You guys are essentially met up outside the tavern at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, you know that little thing I was telling you earlier about how you didn't have to buy like anything for like the, to be talking to...
Please tell me you didn't.
Please tell me you did.
May have sent him just a little message earlier.
Just to chit chat.
I put two and two together, trust me.
Verity's just open mouthed, like at you, like.
Why are you so ashamed of him? He's a good enough looking guy.
There's just a lot to unpack there.
Which you never want to unpack.
Anything. Ever.
Well, I don't have to.
Then we don't have to help you.
Dawn, you want to be on me or not?
Trust goes both ways.
Hey, we're not bribing friends. It's not it's not what's happening. So are you like a nomad? What are you? You just don't unpack your stuff? Keep moving.
I want to be mad at you, but that was actually that was pretty good.
Kill over
Yeah.
here with the zingers.
Sure, it's a lot easier to carry when your baggage is lighter.
Do you know when he's coming?
Do I know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I just kind of had already assumed he was here. There's only one way to find out, though.
Dawn starts making like...
Ira walks
fake
inside.
Yeah,
steps towards
Ira
the door.
goes inside.
yeah,
Dawn.
Yeah. I'd say that we
What's the
would all kind of just
Verity's kind of
approach the inside of
history tech for the waiter's name? The
the... Olga?
It's Perrin.
Oh, Perrin. Olga's the owner.
Olga is the owner, correct?
Don steps into the doorway. Perrin! Aga! We're back!
You all walk into the tavern, and you see Olga is very much working now, is behind the bar. Perrin, who probably looks a little tired, having worked all day and kind of through the night, and it says, "Hey, giant cow, what's up?" And he's kind of like walking past, like bringing drinks to another table in the tavern.
Perrin, I brought my herd with me. Let's sit down, everybody. Dawn eats up these puns. She loves them.
Aliana is watching Verity to see how she's operating.
Verity is.
Verity, welcome back. Oh, you brought your friends again.
Oh, everything's coming back to me now. Okay. Verity's just very timid.
And you see at the end of the bar, nursing a tankard of ale is Ammar.
Shall we, Lukiel?
I think we shall.
Verity stands in place and does not move.
Ira locks arms with Lukiel,
Yep.
and we walk forward.
Yep.
Okay.
I like.
Do you want to sit on one side and I sit on the other?
Figure we could probably do that.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yep. All right.
I hit Verity like on the shoulder and like lighten up and like escort us to like a table.
Okay. So you
Do you come with us to the table?
I basically shove her into
Yeah, Verity just goes with it. She's like, I
She
don't
has
think I
no
have a
choice.
choice.
She would have to awkwardly like negate my camaraderie.
Okay. So you enter into the tavern, and so Eliana, Verity, and Dawn are getting a table at the table, like kind of the more central, like kind of
Did Jax
middle
come
of the
with us?
tavern.
Did Jax go over there?
Yeah, Jax comes and sits with you guys.
He's staying out of
He
this.
doesn't want any part of this. He's like, I'm good. Thanks, guys.
Ira and Lukiel head over to Ammar. And you sit on either side of him at the bar. Mm-hmm. And what do you say as you sit down?
Hello, my name is Ira Ton, the Ton family from Port of Mar. I want to introduce myself. I am one of Verity's traveling companions. I don't know that I would call her a friend quite yet, but she let me know that you are the new head of your house, and I wanted to make an acquaintance before we leave tomorrow evening.
So your message was political.
No, but you can cover many topics in a conversation.
Do you mock everybody you meet?
I'm sorry?
Do you mock everybody you meet?
What do you mean
kind of
mock?
mimicked my accent there for a second.
That's the thing when I do when I'm nervous.
Oh, what?
And honestly, I haven't really heard this voice. You sounded like you'd have a dip in your mouth and
Why do you
drink beer
why
last
are you
night.
nervous?
Because I don't necessarily want Verity's head to wind up through a wall just because I'm here talking to you. Weird things happen when you come up in conversation with her.
You'll find that I often she puts her head through a wall anyway when it comes to talking about me. But
Why is that?
you know,
You seem harmless.
you would think, yeah, but sometimes you can't. It's hard enough to get an answer out of her as it is.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Do you have any words of advice?
Lukiel he was like, I second that. Hey, what's going on? My name's Lukiel. I'm actually the one that sent you that message earlier. Yeah, figured I'd introduce
the voice
myself.
is familiar, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, what's going on, dude?
Nothing. Like, you asked me to be here. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to hang out, you know. trying to get to know some people around here, you know.
So you invited me all the way here to.
I have
guess
a
how
rather
you would say
direct
it,
question.
Bro down.
Bro down.
I have a rather direct question for you.
Oh, okay.
What is the deal with...
Airline food.
What's an airline?
Sorry.
What's the deal with the voices she hears?
I don't think that's my business to talk about.
Does she know about it though?
I do, but I don't.
I put
don't
two and two
kiss
together.
and tell, so to speak.
Well, I know she hasn't told you because she's still alive.
Yeah.
Lukiel says, perhaps kiss and don't tell.
Again, it's not much of my business to go around talking
Really?
about things like that.
Okay. Well, whose is it?
It's Verity. It's
okay.
Verity's. I would guess. I don't push really for a lot of things. I've been.
But what do you push for?
Okay.
You'd be surprised that if how much of a big heart somebody like me would have.
Oh, really?
Actually, not surprised at all.
Yeah.
You seem like in a good way, like emotionally squishy, that like someone like Verity needs.
I mean, I have for somebody undead, it's uncommon, but
Yeah, you guys are a perfect pair, huh?
You're an open book, and she's just Loctite.
I guess I don't really understand what's happening here.
I don't think anybody does.
Surrounded.
It's a lot from both sides.
We're just trying to gain some insight, man. It's just,
Does Dawn hear any of this? I want a perception.
Yeah, you'd be perceptioning from a distance. Clunk.
Wow, my perception is freaking high. Why do I always get so low in that? 12.
I mean, you overhear a lot of enthusiasm. I don't know if you'd essentially be like hearing the conversation like verbatim, but there's a lot of enthusiasm coming from Ira and Lukiel amidst a very confused Ammar.
So out of character for those two.
Especially together.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
think it's
god.
funny.
Oh my.
I'm definitely trying to like pay
Lukiel,
attention.
don't cast any spells on him. He's being
Oh.
fine. He's delightful.
I would advise not.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's probably in your best interest.
Yeah,
if
I
you don't.
potentially had the idea to cast charm at the 4th level.
He's
Oh my
perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with him.
would certainly be interested if you try.
Would you now?
So,
Yes.
in all seriousness, I do have concerns with Verity and continuing to travel with her with this ailment that she suffers from. The rest of us need to figure out
ailment.
Well, when she almost bites her tongue off at a festival celebrating her contribution to the saving of a continent, yes, I would consider it to be an ailment.
I mean, try getting an answer to a proposal out of her and see what happens there.
Oh boy. Wow, I did not know that was the dynamic, huh? Yeah, what's
Perception.
Jeez.
Perception. I want to roll perception. Perception.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll for perception again. Yeah.
Fucking 27, bitch.
23.
27 and 23.
Verity's just pretending that nothing's happening.
I love this. This is fucking great.
Was this for whenever she left before?
Yeah. I mean, she hasn't really been gone from Beville for long. She was gone for about, I think, 2 weeks before she came back.
I have one question. And
Yeah.
this one you do not have to answer because I'm fully aware this is not a advised topic to bring up in casual conversation.
So only this one.
I am assuming you are aware of what's going on with her mother.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you likely have tried to help in whatever way that you can.
You guess you could say that, yeah. I offered part of my heritage's ability, and it was very strictly turned down.
By
but
her or her sister, or both.
a little bit of both, more so the one than the other, but I get it. Not many people would like to be a vampire, but, I thought that since if her mother was undead, then she'd be immune to whatever ailment she was going through, but alas, I can't really it's her wishes. I wouldn't.
So she would become a vampire? That's what you're saying?
Yes,
That's how that works?
that's
that
what I was
what I had
insinuating.
proposed. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I was kind of asking if they'd already pursued that path. So, why would you turn down your proposal? Look at you.
I've been asking that for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yes, I asked her to marry me 2 years ago.
And you haven't found anyone. You haven't found anyone else.
And you hear like a creak of a chair as like Jax turns around.
God damn.
She ignores him.
Turns around and he's like,
It's not that I haven't found anyone else. I don't want anyone else.
Well,
dang.
that would be a frustrating relationship.
That hits.
Hey, honey, how was your day? Then you spend a month just trying to get out an answer about how her day was.
I guess it just depends if the juice is worth the squeeze.
Oh my God.
Was it?
I think it still is.
Why is she weird about you? You seem fine.
I guess I could ask why you two are as weird as you are, but
Do you have
you
6
seem
years?
fine.
Do you have 6 years for me to go into it?
I
Because I
go
can.
I have a lot longer than that. You'd be surprised.
I mean, you want me to go into it? I can go into
Hey,
it.
we're not weird. We're eccentric. Okay.
I'm weird.
There's a difference.
I'm weird.
Okay. Well, then
I
I
have
guess
a half rabbit, half owl on my shoulder.
that's not weird.
It
Perception?
actually is very weird.
Yeah,
I think that's very cool.
17.
Your hearing is being muffled a little bit more. You're not hearing as much. Yeah.
Do I hear him say we're eccentric? Do I hear like part of this conversation?
I'll make this easier for you, so just hold tight. Olga like comes over with some like mugs for the two of you. Says, I can I appreciate what's going on here. Maybe you take it over to the table. It's you're kind of weirding out some of these folks.
I wasn't aware a conversation at the bar was weird.
Oh, some of the people that have come up to the bar are a little freaked out with the way you're addressing the Crimson Sovereign here. So maybe if you take it, I know, Verity and her friends are over there. Maybe, they wouldn't mind sitting together.
Do you guys have like an office?
It doesn't. We'll take him to the table.
Do you take this for a business park, lad?
We don't need an office. We don't
It's
need
like-
a conference room.
It's
We
like
don't need a big circular
manager's
table.
office.
No.
I'm not going to let you in my office. I'm sorry about that.
So there is an office.
Well, it's with the premise of like, I don't want dude to just be like, all right, I'm gonna dip. Because
Well,
like,
So do you want to take him into a room and be like,
I'm-
"What is? Come with me this way."
I'm not really going anywhere.
she
so.
looks at Ammar and she's like, "What do I call you?" Because Verity just calls you Ammar. And for me,
I'm still getting used to the whole like title thing. To be honest, I don't like really. You can call me Ammar. It's fine. I don't.
is it? Because it would not be fine with my father if you just called him by his first name.
I'm not my father, so don't really. The pageantry and all that that's not my thing.
Well,
oh my God, is Ammar a play on words for Marion?
no.
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 Oh, jeez.
I'll save you from that rabbit hole.
Not that connected. Okay.
No,
cool.
I assure you.
Didn't approach this fully the way that I wanted to. To be honest, Verity spent a good hunk of the early afternoon choosing to be weird, wanting help but then rejecting help, which for me is just like a big old nope rope. So,
It's weird for you, but it's not as uncommon as you think.
well, that's a problem and needs to be solved.
If you find a solution, please. I'm
do
all
you have any
ears.
therapists?
Don't think in this town.
Oh, well, we'll find one for her. Add them to our party.
You guys have a nice tough love approach, it looks like.
We have stuff to do. The world's going to end soon, so we need to fix that.
Oh, is
so.
it? Is it what?
Hello?
Fucking news to me.
Why don't y'all take this to the table? Yeah, it's probably easier. You don't need to be scaring the folks about doomsday talk.
Well, that's up to him if he wants to come to the table.
I mean, it's all right. Olga, they approached me, so. And he kind of like stands up and kind of walks over to the table where Dawn, Jackson, Eliana are. And Verity. Do you follow?
Yeah, Iris sits down next to Jax.
Okay. Like, the fuck was that?
Either
You sit
I'm
down.
sitting next to her or Dawn gets up to like allow space and sits right down next to Verity and like puts her arm around her and is like, "Yeah, good, cool, great, don't care." Basically signaling like, you don't get to go anywhere. You're staying right here.
So where are we sitting again compared to like what's the seating arrangements look like?
So I would think this is like picnic bench type table setting, almost like there's like kind of like one like chairs on one side, chairs on the other side. If that's the case, from what Dawn just described, so I would assume it's probably Eliana, Verity, Dawn. An empty chair for one of the three of you guys to sit in. And then there's Jax, Ira. And then I would think Lucia would sit next to Ira. So then Ammar would sit on either side, I guess.
Pretty far from Verity then.
I'm
assuming he would sit on the same side as like Jax and Lukiel,
He
so
would
he could
sit next
see
to
her.
Lukiel so that he's kind of like
Yeah.
like diagonally able to face Verity.
Oh boy.
So
And
he's delightful. What's the problem?
in this moment, Perrin comes over to the table and is like, "All right, so do you want to top off there, tall, dark, and gorgeous? So and then the we got the wings one at the table now. What are you gonna have? You gonna fly me to the moon? You want to fly to the drinks? What do you want?
A Red Bull? What is it?
Take it easy there. I heard that.
I'll have a ginger ale.
It's a ginger ale. It's you got a stomach problem. You got an upset stomach. You got a little case of the butterflies.
Sometimes ginger
That was
ale is
good
just
one.
nice.
I heard you.
Careful.
Well, I guess you know all about the roots, right?
Because ginger
You're off tonight, Perrin.
is a root.
I think
Look,
he's
it's been a
on.
long day. All right, I've
I
been
can
here all
tell.
day. Can do a lot less there, princess.
Perrin, your comedy's peak. Keep it up. She cheers him.
I don't like this, man.
Did you get into the wrong mushrooms again?
No, but I'm gonna be later. So that's my nightcap, if you know
Where
what I'm
do you
saying.
source your mushrooms?
That's for me to know and you to never find out. I don't need you tampering with those. They're
Hey,
perfect the way
just
they
gotta
are.
make sure they're sourced properly, or else they might be.
Perrin, don't let these guys bully you.
They're a hoot.
I
Trust me on
actually, you know what? I will. I'll have a dark stout.
Ooh.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
He's sitting right over there.
Perrin, at it again.
A dark Irish stout.
Well,
I don't know if
There's no Irish.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Irish doesn't.
I don't know what Irish
Just a
is.
tall, dark stout with a thick head.
Ew.
He's sitting next to you.
There's plenty of thick heads at this
What do
table
you
there,
mean,
buddy.
ew?
But I'll get you your beer.
Ton of head on your beer?
It's like the equivalent of like a Guinness.
Foamy.
Yeah.
I don't like the foam.
I like the Guinness. Okay. Well, it's not for everyone.
Anyway,
Can I have a hot tea, please?
sure.
Whatever you have.
A hot
There's
tea?
plenty of hot teas at this
He's sitting
table.
right
Hey,
next to
hey.
I don't get that
Barry
one.
just gives Perrin
He's calling
a look.
us hot.
Teas.
Hottie.
Hotties.
Hotties.
There she goes. She gets it. She's there.
I love this man. Perrin is the best.
I'll leaf you to it.
Nah.
Be like,
Used that one last time.
Ah.
hey, it's got to be growing on you, right? And you.
You know, that one made me frustrated because it was actually kind of good.
He's got some good jokes. In
Yeah,
there.
you just got to branch out every once in a while.
I thought you were leaving. Go away.
And he like walked away.
He came back.
So, Verity, can you please describe for me the problem when it comes to the Crimson Sovereign, aka Ammar? Because he seems truly delightful.
Wow, you're gonna say that? They're sitting.
Yes.
Stirrer.
Yeah.
No wonder you're sitting next to Luke Heel. You guys are over there making up some brew
Oh,
of
dude,
your own.
when we get on the same wavelength, it's the worst for
You're-
everyone around us.
you're very-
It's great for us, but it's the worst for everyone else.
You're very chaotic today.
I am.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
One you don't.
What's
Out of all the questions asked today, it's one you probably are not going to answer, and probably shouldn't. But
That's no surprise there.
we want you to. He's delightful. He's great. What's wrong with him in your eyes?
Era.
Nothing.
Nothing to fix. So we don't like him. He's too well adjusted. Is that the problem?
Take it easy.
Is that Jax?
Yeah.
You can make that face at me all you want. That's okay.
Are you two okay?
I don't know. I've spoken with him. He's rather delightful.
Ammar's here at
meant-
the table.
Yeah, he's at the table.
He's at
with you.
the table.
What the fuck
He
is
said
his
next-
reaction?
I meant you and Verity.
He's kind of just like sipping his beer and is very much like has learned to keep his mouth shut in certain situations.
If it's that everything with your family is so complicated, that is also a completely sufficient answer. I know that when you make your eyes small like that I'm onto something. So,
You keep calling me selfish.
yeah. Because you ask for help and then you don't let us help you for reasons that you won't selfishly share. So that we can maybe help you get your mother out of the situation.
I don't know how to get her out of this situation.
Because you won't let us help you.
I think it's a part of being scared of more punishment in a way.
I genuinely just don't know what to do at this point. Besides just sitting back and be doing what I'm told to do.
Ooh. What are you told to do?
Enough. If she doesn't want to talk about it, as I'm sure you all have seen, it's probably not best to pry.
See, what's wrong with him?
This is Ammar speaking.
I suppose the only issue with that is if she is part of our party and is to come with us, want to be able to figure out if there's going to be a hindrance to our operations.
And if we are in danger as a result of her condition.
Well, I've known her for some time that she's quite capable.
Of?
Maybe too capable?
Yeah.
And if you believe that, consider yourselves lucky and that nothing will happen to you because you're still standing here. Or sitting here, I should say.
Care to elaborate a bit more on that? Because what does that
If she
mean?
wanted you dead, you'd be dead already.
Maybe she hasn't received the order with enough force behind it yet.
Trust me. The orders
Have
come in
you-
with full force.
Have you
She
told us
did
about what you saw?
Yeah.
Yes,
She,
I did.
Yeah,
she did
so-
blurt out that she saw
All of us dead
in a pile.
in a dream.
And she has a lot of nightmares, trust me.
This one was more real. And she kind of looks at Ammar. after saying that.
Well,
And she, after she said that, she almost bit off her tongue. So,
well, it's easy to suffice to say that the more you pry on one's dark past,
It's not her past, though, is it? It's her present. It's her current situation.
yes, and let the situation be, I'm sure you'll be fine given the circumstances, but trust me, I've pushed a limit or two in my day and annoyed Verity enough, and I'm still alive. Well, in a matter of speaking.
Ha. Dawn is staring at the emptiness of her
And-
jar,
Tankard.
looking at
If
everybody.
I may be so candid, you all do seem like a very group of capable people that your hands don't seem to be clean of blood either.
Not unless she tries to kill us in our sleep.
And has she done that yet?
Well, only one way to find out, and it'll be too late at that point.
But if you live in paranoia the entire time, where will the acceptance ever exist?
When she decides to be forthright.
Has she not? Other than the
No.
circumstance to which she can't talk about. Have all of you been forthwith with your past when coming to Verity?
When she asks, heck yeah. She just has to ask the right questions, and when she does, I give her whatever she wants by way of information.
Some people it's harder to talk about things than others. You may find it easy to talk about your past. Her past is not as easy to talk about, I would think.
Okay. Chit chat aside. You gonna kill us?
The plan is not to.
And how have plans gone that you don't want to do?
Verity's kind of thinking back to the previous night. Just, oof. I'll admit it's hard for me to say that I need help, and it's harder for me to accept it. But believe me when I say this, if I ever do try to physically harm you, one, there's a good chance I'm not in full control, and two, if it does come down to it and I do try and hurt you, you have my full permission to kill me on the spot.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
You're saying if, like, there's a pretty decent chance that you might.
well,
I'm not really sure if we're really wanting to deal with ifs.
if it's
Do you
similar,
hear it right now?
No. Which is very strange because it hasn't really been around when you have been lately.
Does it happen when... I guess the question can be said, too, that... Do you hear the voices when your friends help you? Heal you? Fix wounds in battle?
No, just asking questions mainly. Prying.
I think that's the key word there, no? The prying aspect. Because if she heard any of the voices as she assisted any of you, in my experience at least, I've got a couple scars to prove it. If it wanted you out of the way, there would have been a lot more clear signs before now.
So essentially you're saying that we're safe. To a degree.
Yes.
Did you get a sending stone today?
I did.
Did you get 2 of them?
Yes, Dawn, I did.
I have some very unfortunate news for you.
She looks like you very confused.
We have come to a conclusion that the
people at this table keep you safe. And most of them will be staying with you. Except for one. So I'm thinking we keep this one on call for a little bit longer.
That's not, it's not up to me.
Verity kind of puts one of the sending stones on the table and slides it his way.
And he kind of like puts his hand out and catches it and kind of puts it in his like breast pocket, like or the inside breast pocket of his coat.
I think the stew that we're cooking up is delicious. Needs a couple more stirs before it's done, but it's looking pretty good.
I just don't understand.
I mean, when did you have the dream? How early on in your acquaintanceship was it?
The same night I met them?
And has it happened since?
I don't think so. I've had other dreams.
Was that the same night that you tried to get drunk but couldn't?
No, it was the same night that we took out Thalorn.
Then you had not necessarily yet allied. Therefore,
No, because she tried to steal some platinum.
yes, and you posed a threat then. But do you pose a threat now?
I mean, a little bit, but I guess we're kind of avoiding that since she's still here.
And
She
therefore,
needs to choose to act as part of the party and not just this bonus side character. If she wants to join the party, she needs to fully join the party and everything that means.
Yeah, but if she can't talk about it, she can't talk
I
about
understand not being able to talk about it. I mean,
are you not
behaving
an
in a way
accepting
that
lot?
behaving in a way where she feels like she's welcome, because we've welcomed her completely up until this point.
So somebody not divulging things about themselves makes them
No, it's the constant self-bridledness, the holding personality back, not facts but personality.
Some people are harder to open up than others, no?
What is our party?
That's a good question. I guess if she's going to join it, we got to figure that out.
I mean, you're chaotic enough, I should say.
That's one of our favorite things.
I mean, I try to be less chaotic, but we do have a lot of...
Remember that one time that I was in the river?
Yeah.
Jax called that pretty chaotic.
I guess theoretically we could be perceived that way. Maybe.
I mean,
I guess. I mean,
theoretically, but also murder, random wings, lots of gods,
I don't
voices.
necessarily like murder.
No. But you got to admit it's pretty chaotic.
You're really good at it, though.
Better than you think you
Say
are.
that.
I think we're kind of getting off track here. I don't... But okay, we can go to that, I guess.
Being friends with a group of people isn't just existing with them. It's letting them be there. It's allowing them into the space that is who you are. Not just conveniently meeting up for dinner every night and conveniently staying in the same taverns and conveniently being on the same boats. It's not only showing up for them, but giving them the opportunity to show up for you too. And that's the part for me that's been missing, is you're not giving us, any of us, the opportunity to just be with you. Even if it's not conversation, it's just sitting and existing in the same space.
Well, I do have a tendency to push those I love away so that way the pain is a little bit easier to handle.
Well, you know what they say. When you share sadness, it's half the burden.
But why share the burden when you shouldn't have to be burdened at all?
So you don't have to weigh it all yourself.
That right there is what we're talking about.
Like, why aren't you giving us the opportunity? Or you're denying us the opportunity to support you to make that load lighter.
So whenever
By
you're
being-
ready to help us make that load lighter, we'll be on a ship going to our next location. I get it. You hear voices when we pry. That's heard. So next step is just don't deny it. Don't deny our friendship. Say your thing again.
When you share sadness, it is half the burden.
And your response is?
I'll share the burden?
You'll give us the opportunity.
Can we get another round of drinks over here? It's called Progress, and we're celebrating it. Olga, where are you? Pentergrass, whatever your name is, get your ass over here and some of your puns.
It's Perrin.
Yeah,
Dawn.
You would have grass on the brain.
Moo.
He brings another round of drinks and
What?
Why are you making that face, Lukiel?
Lukiel doesn't really drink like this, so he's like kind of feeling himself.
Ira
Like, kinda
had gotten shit-faced last night, so she's drinking hot tea tonight.
Yeah. Man's having another.
yeah, they're not
Dark-
alcoholic drinks. It's just whatever you guys were drinking before. It's another round of that.
I had a dark stout.
Is that did you need anything else from me, my?
I have something I want to tell Ammar, but I don't want to do it at the table.
If that's all, then I'm going to be
Do you like pull him aside?
heading off.
Can I catch
See you
you
later.
outside really quickly?
Yep. Have a good one. Back to your coffin or whatever. Bye, Ammar.
Is
And
that an assumption or is that like just factual?
so Ammar gets up at the table, and Ira and Ammar walk outside.
Sorry, writing something down. So I'm not familiar. So my parents are the Lord and Lady of Port of Mar. I'm not familiar of any current trade agreements or any treaties or anything between our two localities. However, I did just want to drop a bug in your ear as I heard Verity mention something last night. If you are ever in need of services to help with your hemorrhoid problem, there is a great cleric in my parents' city.
Oh my god.
Oh, not the hemorrhoids.
Her name's Poppy. She has a lovely salve that can help fix that right up for you. And if there's anything in addition that Draclavor needs that you can't find in your area, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Port of Mar region. And by the look of your face, you don't actually have hemorrhoids, and I am eternally embarrassed now, so I'm going to go back inside. I'm very sorry.
Quite the lady of your house.
I'm okay.
And he walks off towards the village.
She goes back inside.
And as he's walking away, you don't really hear any of this.
Oh, no, I go back inside very quickly.
He pulls out the sending stone from his pocket and says, I apologize for speaking on your behalf. If you need to talk, I'll be at our spot.
Ooh, spicy.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Stir the
God
pot.
dang,
Stir
our
the
spot.
plot.
What
Stir
does that
the
mean?
plot.
Thank you so much for joining us on this second part of the this episode of Off the Beaten Quest. We really appreciate everything, all of you guys liking, subscribing, being a part of this podcast, as well as listening to the great ambiance that Pocket Bard provides. We will see you for the first part of session 68 and in the next episode.